Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Sunday. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hello. Kitty Cat's jumped up here quite recently, and she has. And I don't mean to expose you, but you have the old lady grunts. When she purrs, the older she gets, the more she starts up the motor. It runs great once it's going, but when she starts it up, it's kind of a. I think your engine needs some help. There you go. Grunty girl. Hello, Hazel. Hello. Good morning or afternoon or evening. Hi. Hello. It is time rift o'clock, but I've elected to sit this one out because when I do a time rift at the very beginning of the stream, I don't have any time to drink my coffee. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. Got the Evoker Legendary yesterday and a new tattoo today. Holy smoke, that is awesome. Weekend's been wonderful. How is everyone today? I'm good. I managed to squeeze in a run. It made me like 3 minutes later than I would have wanted to be, but I guess I could have showered faster. I squeezed in a run. I have arisen and donned clothes, and that's about it for today. Yesterday, not a whole lot of accomplishment to speak of, although I did catch up on sleep, I guess. Morning, Hazel. I am today very inclined to indulge my desires, and what I desire is to farm transmog, primarily out of instances. I will also do 3 more Gul'dan runs because Inksy hasn't been in to see him yet, so we can take my gnome priest through Nighthold a couple of times. I could probably, if I wanted to, sort of multi-purpose farm and start taking other characters that don't have the skip through the entire raid, like from the lowest difficulty up, so that I'm farming Mog from the rest of the instance on multiple like armor types and classes and stuff alongside farming the mount. I could do that, and I might, but I'm sort of enjoying farming like old instance transmog right now, which is part of the reason why I am still here in Heroic Deadmines, because Vanessa does not like me, and she does not seem to really want to give me these plate boots. She keeps dropping leather boots. Local garden center having a big 40% off sale on indoor plants. Doing some pest triage and all the plants I accidentally bought. I feel that. I feel like when I go to a really good garden center and I start wandering about, the limit to what I'm going to bring home with me. I'm better now. Now I know I don't have any room. I am pretty much at plant capacity, so now I just don't go to the garden center. But if I know I have space for plants and I'm wandering around, the limit to what I'm bringing home is pretty much what can I hold in my hands, because I know if I get a cart, then I'm in real trouble. So I make sure that I'm only holding things with my squeezers. And then the limit to how many plants I can bring home is what I'm carrying. Today is the day? You think today's the Goldaniel day? It could be. What's he gonna do without me? Addicted to making massive bulks of Omnium Draconis? Fantastic. This is the legacy that I want. Limited to what I can walk with since I don't have a car. I feel I've been there. I've felt the burn of looking at a bag of potting soil and being like, I could carry that home. And finding out that yes, you can carry it home, but heavy things get heavier when you've been walking with them in the summertime and you're tired. I've been a slave to timers this morning. Used to grind old instances for the drops at Scalewell there. As a byproduct, got mogs for days. It's still a thing. It's also a thing for things like time walking and to some extent speed sets. There's different reasons why people might want items out of old instances. But right now, you know what I'm kind of fixated on getting the drops of? I am doing this all backwards. What I should do if I just want like a lot of Mog is I should probably just go through and find like classes and armor types that I don't have much on and instances that they've never done, and then just go, you know, reap armfuls of transmog that I can learn. But what I want to do is I want to get like specific items. Like there's these plate boots from Heroic Deadmines, despite the fact that you have to run the entire instance, and then for Vanessa, you kind of have to run the entire instance again. She makes you run the whole thing back. I want these boots, and then I want the I want the normal, the 10-man normal helmet from Icecrown Citadel, the leather one from Velrythia. I need it. All the things random has tasked me with procuring this item, and I feel like I'm incomplete until it happens. You ever get credit for you know how to reach me? Not yet. Sitting here drinking coffee with classic Warcraft ASMR on my computer. Saw you were live. Like, nope, Hazel time. Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that with that achievement, I might have to loot the book again. What if I loot it again and it's still broken? I guess I'll just start a collection. Hi, kitty cat. Good morning. Oh, good morning. How are you? It is very rude to give Crinkle here Nightmare Elixir. She's just an innocent gnome. Never mind all the people that she's whirlwinded in here. 1, 2, 3. I love her goggles. I think that what I need on any character that I'm gonna do Mog hunting farms on is I need a Mog hunting Mog. If that makes sense to you. Or anybody. Aside from me. Like, when I was doing loot runs for Loot Appraiser, I was running through, like, Uldaman a bunch of times, trying to get super rare items, and just, like, collecting Mog to sell, and tracking with Loot Appraiser. Because I was, like, you know, delving for artifacts in a dig site, I took my speed druid and I gave her kind of like an archaeologist, transmog with, like, a little candle on her head, and she had a backpack, and she had, like, a mining pick, and I thought that was extremely cute. So maybe I need to have Mog hunting Mog for all of these characters. I heard that Karokta reset. I guess I don't know. I could probably find out just by taking any of the 70s to Karokta and seeing if it has the dragon. It'll have some indicator that it's rare again. I think that it looks different if the reset's available for you. Do we know what Secrets of Azeroth is yet? Could be a secret. I thought it was some kind of an event. Some kind of like a new holiday. Secrets of Azeroth begins. Yeah, begins end of August, ends middle of September. Some kind of an event. It looks like a new holiday, honestly, because it's not like the thing that makes me think that's not a micro holiday is the fact that it lasts for like 2 weeks. That's proper holiday length. That's kind of exciting. Sword Army is my favorite dragon. I got the fluffy fur power. She requested to pet me. The quest text is adorable. Did you, you may already know. There is an achievement you can get if you tell her she cannot pet you. I guess I don't know what happens if you tell her that she can. I was just mean. I was just instinctively rude to her and said, well, not rude, but I guess defensive of my fluffy character's boundaries, and I said, no thank you. Yeah, she's not gonna let me loot her, so we're just gonna kill her. Oh, you get the same achievement. Oh, so you don't have to be mean. I was mean for no reason. Really? Oh. Coming from somebody who has absolutely dressed her archaeologist is IndieJ. Interesting. I didn't know that. I figured you would have had to have refused her. That's funny. I guess that makes sense. I'm gonna pour it out. Pet the cat, have some coffee. Nice. She was so happy to see me this morning, and I don't really know why. I came into my front room, and she was asleep on her pink chair, and she was like, hey! And she gets up, and she comes and purrs and headbutts, and she was like, you know, giving me head bumps while I was trying to put on my running shoes. And it was just real sweet, because, you know, you've lived with me for like 9 years. You know me by now. And it makes me happy whenever she's happy to see me. Did my first high key as a holy priest. I cannot stand that third Uldaman boss. Is that the lizard with the bleed? Or is it the golem with the fire? Because they're both awful to heal. Both cats fighting for snuggles in bed this morning. I have it. There it is. The lizard. Yeah, it's been nerfed some, although it took them way too long to nerf it. But yeah, that one's brutal. I find that yeah, I do it on an evoker, so I have Cauterizing Flame. So at least some of the bleeds I can just take off. Okay. am gonna put Crinkle back. Oh no, hang on. We're gonna loot her mail because I could have gotten the boots. This does kind of dampen the excitement of getting the Mog. We're looking for Guildmaster's Greaves. They're plate boots. Oh, she sold some stuff. That is not what I'm looking for. How much loot does she have? How much loot does this lady have? Oh, man. Also, don't get too excited about all these things I've sold. I've for sure sold them for like 5 gold each. The most gold I made was from some copper ore because I've been just mining it while I'm down here waiting for Foreman Thistle Nettle to respawn. You are rich? Apparently. I genuinely want to know how much loot that lady has. Dungeons? What is it? Cataclysm? No, not Cata. I always lose track of when they... No, it is Cata. I lose track of when they've redone the old ones. And then you go to Heroic, and then there's the extra boss. And then you go to Loot, and then you go to all classes. She has 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces of loot. A lot of these are learned from another item. I looked up these plate boots. I looked them up, and they share, like, recolors with a lot of things. I couldn't figure out in Wowhead if there was something else that shared the exact color. Is there an easy way to use, like, an in-game add-on to find out? Because if there's just, like, a Cataclysm quest I can go do, at this point I'm gonna do that. I don't need the individual item IDs, even if it does have a cool name. Supposedly a 16% drop chance. It has not been working for me. Same model as 24 different things, but, like, how do I know which ones are the same color? I mean, I guess there's only so many colors. What color are they again? Guildmaster's Greaves? It's kind of hard to tell on her. It looks like they're kind of like a reddish brown and brown. They're these ones. So they looks like, yeah, it looks like there are some lookalikes. So maybe I'll go chase that down and see if that works. All the things should show same appearances. In what interface? Because if I mouse over this, what do I have to click? What do I have to do for it to show me the same appearances? I don't have better wardrobe on right now. Right click. Ah, thank you. Yep, that's absolutely true. There are 5 other things I could do. So that's good news and bad news. Drops from Ramog Bone Crusher. Scorched Satchel of Helpful Goods. An Vashir Rare. Shock Shirok. A Vashir Rare. BOE. Worth about 6k. Hang on a second. Shock Shirok. Let me learn about this rare. Okay. Also, I'm gonna go back to Thistle Nettle because he still has to give me his boots. I don't think I knew that, and that's exciting. So, it's a rare that apparently appears in a few places in the Abyssal Depths. Highest rated. Found in the Scaling Chasm, drops his boots. Came across it yesterday, has a blue drop, spawn timer unrelated to Poseidus. So maybe I'll just go spawn time like 12 to 16 hours, but like, you know, he's in Vashir. Maybe I might be able to find him, you know? He might just be up. Add-on to help track Mog? Yeah, it's called All the Things. I have links to it along with the other add-ons I use in a Google Doc that's there. But yeah, I learn new things about all the things every day, apparently. Oh, that's my own mailbox. I was like, there's a friendly NPC in here. Nope, that's my own birdie. And then what were the other ones? So those were from Shock Shirok. The Silver Spur boots are from a quest, a Mount Hyjal quest, Return to Aviana, which is mid-zone, kind of early to mid-zone. And then those are from Lochmaw in the city of Tulvir. So maybe what I should do is I should look at some of these other Cata instances, and I should see if there's any of them that I would need to farm for other stuff too. So City of Tulvir, Blackrock Caverns are the 2 specific dungeons that share, and Blackrock Caverns apparently has 2 bosses that could drop it for me, unless I'm just... No, just the one. Ramog Bone Crusher, okay. So if I then... Hang on. Too many things at a time. Right click again, choose the quest line. And there's a ghost tunnel over there. All the rares were up. I might try that first then. Foreman Thistle Nettle, are you up? Hi, bud. You want to drop me some gloves? Oh, he dropped me his leggings. I can probably... those are actually reasonable to sell. I might actually get those on the auction house. Because that's one of his other BOEs. I don't need those ones. I have that appearance already. It's learned from another item. That's funny. But it's not the one that I needed. Alright, well, I'm just gonna leave Crinkle... No, I'm not gonna leave Crinkle here. Am I gonna leave Crinkle here? I can get her back here pretty easy. How on earth am I gonna get to Vashj'ir? Especially I don't have a Stormwind teleport. I guess I have, let's do Dalaran Stormwind Cataport. We'll do that. I know I turned Rare Scanner back on, so that should help me at least see on the map where this guy's supposed to spawn. In the future, do you think people will just farm Dawn of the Infinites rather than running old content? No. Because you get one piece of Mog for the entire run. And, like, I think that if you were a Mog collector to such a degree that you were missing only extremely difficult to get things, then yes. It would be a great way to fill out the last lengths of your collection. But, you know, most people are probably missing 70, 80, 90,000 pieces of transmog. 50, you know, most people are probably missing a lot of transmog because there's just so much in the game. I guess less for one specific character. Double chance at rare mounts. The transmog will be incidental. I'm assuming that by now we have confirmed, and I haven't personally confirmed, but I'm assuming that somebody knows that the Quantum Courser is not giving duplicate mounts, because I haven't heard anything about it giving duplicate mounts. I guess I haven't seen anybody get one in the actual game. More Quantum style items in the future? Well, not. Okay. Because that's quite interesting, because I mean, I still need to farm, like, BFA dungeon mounts, but there's not that many mounts it could give me. I have a fair few of them. Gave me the Uckley Mechagon Spider mount. Oh, what do you mean? I like that one. Marone Hughes, thank you for the 3-month resub. So one drop turned into midnight. Yeah. Can I take this portal? Oh, for heaven's sake. For crying out loud. Ugh. Anytime a workaround starts with go to the warboard and pick up a specific seed quest, I'm already not having fun. Thanks to a certain person who introduced me to all the things, I'm now addicted. Is this really the best way I have to get to Vashj'ir? I could fly there. Because, like, you have to re-roll it. You have to just keep... These following missions are for lower level adventures. Like, I don't even know how you start that at this point. Because this is just going to suggest me level 70 stuff. You have to do the intro to activate the portal. How do I start the intro when it's not on the board? How have you liked doing the random things from all of the things? I have yet to get the first one that it sent me. I need to do more ICC. It's fun, though. Octopixie, thank you for the 31-month resub. Huzzah, 31 months. Thanks, Hazel and Askira, for the chill streams. Maybe you have to talk to Anduin Very and you talk to the druid in the center. Okay. Let's see. It's one of those things, like, whenever I need to unlock something in Legion, it's like, talk to Khadgar, and you talk to Khadgar, and he's got 48 things for me, and I'm like, I do not remember which one. This guy has no quest for me. I could have sworn the portal should have worked. I could have sworn the portal should have worked. This is gonna drive me nuts. I'm just gonna go poke around the keep and talk to everybody until I find something promising. There's too many expansions to start nowadays. Scared? It's like a gateway out on drug. I'm afraid what I'll become. Yeah, intro quests. But starting where if you can't get them from the command board? I know I could probably just like flight path out there. It does exist as a real place. You could probably just like go. Hang on. Oh. You're not a real flight master. Yeah, that might be my next best bet. Because, like, Anduin's not even here. I have Turalyon here. I don't even know what's going on in this city. He doesn't have any quests for me either. This is the worst. I think I have to try and flight path over, yeah. Stormwind Keeper, the docks. Look on the dock for the ship that's supposed to be sunk. The phasing is such a mess. That it's just, I don't know how I'm supposed to figure this out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can manually fly there too. I was just hoping the portal would work. Whoever needs to go to Vashir, not me. I'm gonna get to swim on... Actually, without the intro quests done, am I going to have underwater breathing problems? I think that you have to do the intro quest to unlock the water breathing over there. Jamie Lee, thank you very much for the 50-month reset. Happy 50 months, Hazel. Here's to 50 plus more. Cheers. Woo! Thank you very much. Kitty, you're really soft. Oh. I'll poke around at the dock. I have a bad feeling that it's one of those things where the breadcrumb quest won't be there because I'll have some other phase. There'll be something else that I haven't done that has phased the quest giver away. Is that the first 50? It might be. It very well might be. Had to do that on my undead, and they already don't need to breathe underwater. Alright, so that's the BFA slash... Hi, you want to come sit? That's the BFA slash Dragon Isles dock. Because I remember we did take a boat. I remember the boat quest. It was very exciting. There was like a bunch of RP on the boat. I had trouble, got 2 quests in, then got distracted picking up from where I was. It's hard. I mean, this is a boat. This looks like a Wrath boat. The Assurance. That seems like a Wrath of the Lich King kind of thing. There's another one over here. That's a Dockmaster. Hi, can you tell me where this boat goes? Borean Tundra. No, that's the Northrend boat. Here, we'll turn on low-level quest tracking at least. You can still see them if you get to the NPC, but this will help show them on my map. You are going to help me unlock Cataclysm Troll Dungeons. That's not what I want. You? What do you have? I think this is it. I think that's it. We'll find out. Yeah, that was it. We found it. We did it. Woo! Go team, go. I never expected Crinkle would be such an adventurer. Alrighty. I'm gonna do the first couple of quests just so that I can breathe down here. I'm sure that I could figure out a way, but this will just make it a little easier, especially if there's ever anything else that I need to farm, because if I look at all the things, holy moly, there's actually a lot of quest mog that I just don't have. I might keep these, I might just keep the whole quest line intact. I might keep the whole quest line intact so that I can actually do it, because I'm missing all kinds of stuff. Oh, well, you know what? Not all of it is mail. Or plate. But there is a plate belt from Blackfin's booty. From Gilblingle's waterlogged... Gilblingle's waterlogged journal. So he's down there. So maybe I'll look into that. I could get some, I could get a plate belt. Takes a village. Hotfix the trivial quest thing? When I don't have it turned on, can't see the quests in the NPCs at all. Oh, weird. Yeah, maybe I ran past it a bunch of times then. Maybe I was right there and then it just wasn't there. Take your next alt, you're leveling to Vashir. This zone made me realize I have thalassophobia. Yeah, I mean, what am I mostly missing? Leather. Yeah, I could stand to take a leather character through here. That's the bulk of what I'm missing. I'm also drowning. There we go. Any way to get the Mog from the release of the Warcraft movie? I want to say no. It seems like the kind of thing they might re-release for Trading Post or Twitch Drops one day, but I don't know off the top of my head. But now at least I can water breathe. So, we can, I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm getting distracted, but I'm gonna go see if I can find Gilblingle. Also, I want an underwater mount. Can I ride any of them, or is the seahorse gonna be much faster? Let me see. My subdued seahorse is pretty fast. But if I just ride, like, any underwater mount, is it gonna be just as fast? Oh yeah, pretty fast. That's nice. I want to ride then, I never get to ride my fishies. I want to ride the skate. I want to ride the ray. Yeah, there we go. Take Fabius on a ride. I would, if I had one. New fishy, actually, that's a really good point. New fishy, I know it works. Well, do I know? I've heard it works. It's called the Wave Whisker. The Wondrous Wave Whisker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're in business now. Okay. So, there should be... Are you Gilblingle? You are Gilblingle. You drop me the quest. I now need your map. That is not the right map. Seahorse is so bouncy it's awful. Not Bouncy Castle. Yeah. I like this one. I never, ever, ever get to ride this thing. He's got like a little mouth. He's got his little gills down there. He looks like he's over it. I appreciate the expression. Okay. And then... he's got a map here somewhere. Slay the Orca Blackfin. Oh! I don't really want to. This is the problem with Vashir questing. There's orcas up there. Flash Star Blackfin. There he is. You know, you've gone deep into collecting when you're in this good-looking zone. Yeah, I guess so. I didn't think I was gonna have to kill him. It's funny, my character will kill people, no problem. Whales feel wrong, though. I don't know. Leave the whales alone. And that should get me my belt. Is it a cool belt? It's hard to see. Well, it's got a buckle on it. It's not nothing. It's one more piece of Mog that I'll have forever now. There we go. Add it to my appearance collection. Now that wasn't where I was actually initially going. I needed to be in the abyssal depths. And I wanted to go out kind of there. So we're just gonna do that. Any luck with Vanessa today? No. But I was today years old when I learned that I learned how to check if there's shared appearances and all the things. I didn't know how to do that before. And now I can see that it shares appearances with other stuff that might be easier to get. So I'm taking Crinkle around to check for other stuff, basically, that has the same appearance so that I could have it basically done. I hate it when they make me kill neutral animals. Yeah. Their justification is never very good either. Although, it's wow. I don't feel like I ever have a great reason for doing anything I'm doing in here. Huh. That's funny. I didn't realize you could see that from above here. Kind of glows. It's spooky. Have I made it to where I'm going? I actually don't know if it's faster to fly or if it's faster to swim. Kitty, you are so comfy. Well, I guess I should say I'm comfy. I don't know if she's comfy. I think so. I hate this part of the zone. It really is. If I was trying to think of a middle of nowhere place in WoW that you could go where if you wanted to not really see a lot of other people around, it's hard to come up with anything much more middle of nowhere than out here. This is not near anybody. This is not in the traffic path of much of anything anyone's doing. There's stuff to get in Vashj'ir for sure, but like, generally speaking, this zone. Alright. I feel like I'm not as fast anymore. Kind of hard to say. What if I try the seahorse? I swear that it was going faster in the other zone. Nope, not going very fast, just trying harder. Feels slower because the zone's massive, I guess so. I am looking for, and I'm assuming he's gonna be like actually down some, a little closer to the floor. This is a pretty cool place. It is huge. Oh, there's some obsidian there. I wonder if anyone needs anything. That's a faceless. I'm looking for Shok-Shorok, who is a rare faceless that can spawn out here. He apparently has a pretty long spawn timer, but it's Vashj'ir, so I was kind of hoping that he would just be up, you know. I guess we'll find out. All the things might yell at me. There he is. So we kill him. He drops me boots. I collect the... Oh, they're BOE. Oh, that's why. Okay, no, that's fine. There we go. I learned the boots, and now... if I go to all the things and I go to Dead Mines, it should have nothing for me except for... Dead Mines should have nothing for me. Yeah, 80 of 81 appearances now. It's just Form and Thistle Nettles boots, which is a unique appearance. So you must collect that item specifically. That's it. We did it! Yeah, take that, Vanessa. Vanessa, I'm not coming back. You can't make me. Oh, there's other stuff down here, isn't there? Holy moly. A lot of it's plate, too. You have to do quite a few quests, though. Holy moly, look at that quest chain that you have to do to get that piece of transmog. Hang on. I did see legs, actually. Why is it so far down? Most catazones are like that. Yeah, I don't know about all that right now. What if I take my victory and I leave Crinkle in the sea for the moment? Well, no, we'll send her back to Valdrakken. Oh, you know what? We can send her back to Valdrakken and go take a look at Carachta to see if Carachta looks like Carachta's got a fresh reset or not. Well, we got two new transmog appearances from that trip. And the portal should work for Crinkle now, so that's something. Dual counting for other chains too. Not as bad as it looks. Yeah, maybe the move really is to take a character out there and actually just level properly. Alright, so I'm gonna send this. A lot of these things I think I already tried to sell and no one bought them, so if I throw them up once and no one takes them, I'll just vendor them. Oh no, shin bones. Everybody always needs shin bones. You must never vendor a petrified shin bone. It's terrifying. I can't believe nobody wanted that hat. It's like a cosmetic hat. You can learn it on any armor type. I guess it shares appearances from other stuff that's probably pretty easy to get. It's also, you know, not the most stunning hat ever. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. I would wear it fishing if I had forgotten my regular hat. Leave her in the water and Crinkle will get wrinkles. I do not have the tusks of Manaroth. That is a journey I have yet to take. Oh man. Turning on all the things in Dragon Isle zones freaks me out because there's so much stuff that I'm missing, and when I look into how to get it, the answer is usually more stuff than you're willing to do right now. Crinkle needs Poncho's hat. Let's go poke around Carachta and see if it's a fresh reset. I think it should be. I think it should be a fresh rotation. Getting tests is a commitment I'm not ready for. It wouldn't be so bad to farm for now because of the skip. I could just... Have I turned around? Yeah, no, we need to be going down, not up. I could take Anthus and Crinkle, and I could just do a Mythic or, like, Garrosh kill every week. The hardest part would just be getting them out there. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm concerned that a seed has been planted with the new Nax content to get T3. I'm feeling a desire to work towards it. They got you. Long RP. But you don't have to do spoils. Okay, Correcta lives over here. That's where I'm going. Oh, Heroic and Mythic. Oh. Is the skip still disconnecting people? That's funny. That's no good. Hopefully they fix that. I'm sure they're working on fixing all kinds of stuff. I think I could just trade this to somebody random. You just keep walking up to people being like, here, would you like a Shinbo? I've got more. One piece of tier 3 on the auction is for 1.3 million gold. Suddenly don't care about the Mog temporarily. It's funny what gold will do. Okay. So if I find a Karakta group. Time Rifted lag has been better. Mine has been as well. Mine was, I had really harsh lag for the first couple of days, but it's been much better. I did stop joining groups though. Oh, here's one. Let's take a look at this. Appreciate old zones, long grinds, find them satisfying to complete. I feel that. It's like doing a big, I don't know, it's like doing a big puzzle. Big grindy project. It's like knitting. Since there's no weekly fill the bar, I can do it completely on my own time. I wonder what happened to that Karakta group. I applied right as it came up and it was delisted. I'm not in war mode, am I? No. For Shadowlands Covenants, easier to swap main, start fresh in alts. Swap main these days. There's no penalty. The only thing that you really reset when you swap Covenants now, assuming that you capped your renown with your first one at least once in your account, the only thing you lose is like your mission table missions will reset. So if you're grinding something there. But it's really no trouble to move your main around. I think you can even move your anima by putting it into the account bound thing. Zelda Lone, thank you for the 36-month resub. Bloop bloop. Man, if I stick with mod collecting far enough to get to Shadowlands mod collecting, holy smokes, that's gonna be a lot. There was so much transmog in Shadowlands. I got a lot of it for cloth in Kyrian. I got all the Kyrian cloth transmog and I thought, yep, that's good enough for me. I did not continue. I did not carry on. One Karakta, please. Working on the Covenant mods myself. Problem with the Shadowlands mod, didn't really like most of it. I liked how heavily themed it was, but I could see how if the theme wasn't your thing, it would make the whole thing kind of eh. Never created any of the Manson Zereth Mortis, terrified to start. Oh, those ones are fun though. Do yourself a favor and get, if it still exists, the add-on, what was it? Protoform Synthesis Journal? There's some kind of, I don't have it anymore because I finished all of it, but there was some kind of add-on that gave you an like a portable interface to track what you were missing for and looking for Protoform Synthesis. Glad to see you every day. Thanks, Magnifaction. I enjoy being an all Covenants mog haver. Field Journal. Yes, Protoform Synthesis Field Journal. That's right. That's right. It's been long enough now that I look back on Shadowlands with some fondness. You know what Shadowlands had that I thought they did really well? I cannot get into a Karakta group. This is so bizarre. Is there something wrong with Crinkle? Is it her item level? You guys would tell me if it was my item level, right? I just want to look at it and see if I have a lockout available. Shadowlands had banger dungeons. They weren't all easy, but I thought they were all really cool. I thought the Shadowlands Mythic Plus dungeons were awesome. Yes, okay. Yeah, it looks like it's reset because it's got the Silver Dragon back. So I should be able to, if we wanted to, kill Karakta on as many characters as we can to try and get the mount. But I kind of want to bog farm today, but if I don't do this, what if it just gives me the mount and then I can have the mount, then I can go back to mog farming? Oh. You going? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I meant to do. Spear Bastion. Actually, don't miss them at all. Don't particularly miss Plaguefall. What about Necrotic Wake? What about the boss on the stage and you had to hit him with the hook and you had to go... Don't get me wrong, I was terrible at that. That used to stress me out immeasurably, but when it first came out. But it was so satisfying when you finally got the hang of it. It was also kind of a fun dungeon in that all of the trash was loaded before the last two bosses. So that by the time you got to the last two bosses, you were like, okay, all we have to do is these fights and then we're done. It was kind of slow getting there. But that was a dungeon where I never felt like I was bogged down by trash. I did a Pug Necrotic Wake leveling the other day and no one knew what to do with the hook. Love Plaguefall. You could contribute so much as a DPS. Alright, one mount please, Corruptive. No. Alright. Oh, somebody got one. Is that the mount, the Cobalt Shellwing? It is. Somebody got the mount. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. It's last year. Not me, though. Alright. Well, I now know that the Karakta is in fact reset, so I should... Well... I guess I'm taking her back to Form and Thistlenuttle because she still has to farm that. I guess there's no reason why this character needs to be the one to farm Form and Thistlenuttle. It was just because she's a plate wearer. I should take one of my other characters that I use for nothing. Not a leather wearer. Who's out of commission right now? Who do I not need for anything? Boy, do you want to farm Form and Thistlenuttle for me? I guess it could be a leather wearer because then they could learn it right away. It's a BOE. Anthus is plate. I don't know why that matters. Honey Plum? Because I want to use the leather characters to farm my CC. Although I think I've already done it for the week. Yeah. Well, no, it's Dead Mines. Well, no, that's okay that it's Dead Mines. It can be Dead Mines. Hear me out, level a new alt for it. I'm gonna take Petal Bloom because she doesn't have a purpose in life, so her purpose can be farming Foreman's Gloves for now. I'm actually kind of happy that I have all these alts right now because they're coming in handy. Sometimes you just want a character you can stick somewhere. Now, the ultimate question, has Petal Bloom unlocked her Dalaran Hearthstone? Or is it going to be like, you can't do that. You can't do that. All right, fine. Fine. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I don't like doing this. Broken Shore? Fight the Legion? Can I just skip? Is it just right over here? Farming any tier 3? Nah. No, thank you. Maybe later. Skip the intro quests. Yeah, there we go. That is not too bad. Dalaran Hearthstone not being a toy bugged me for years. Glad we got it. Am I glad we got it? Yeah, it's fine. I wish, I didn't have to do this. This is awkward. At least I know what it's missing. Until you've spoken to now she can use the toy. Until then, it wasn't working. If you didn't have the Dalaran Hearthstone before, that character has to go, like, get one, even though they don't actually get one, and it's a bit unintuitive. Can you please send me to the Dead Mines? Thank you. Petal Bloom is literally me. Oh, she's so fast. What did I press? I pressed my Bull Rush. That's 2-minute cooldown, not too bad. So yeah, we're just gonna go park her right by Mr. Thistlenettle. She is adorable. She earned the High Mountain Tauren Heritage Armor. She has a cute name. I'll give her that much. She's got a very cute name. Take the quest from the guy in the corner in front of you? But I just, you can just talk to the innkeeper. That works too. What's up? Gonna see Oppenheimer tonight? Nice. Those of you that have been going to see that, Andor Barbie, how was it? No spoilers, but you have fun? Good movies? Enjoyable time? Barbenheimer? Yeah. How's the Barbenheimer going? It's strange to hear people talk about going to the movies. I feel like it's been a long time since there was anything that came out that was getting the masses to actually like want to go to the movies. Did Barbenheimer last night? It was great. Need to do an Indies/Barbie double feature. My strange having zero interest in the Barbie movie. I think it's just a bit of a it's got some culture buzz right now. I think some people were in the mood for something pink. Nope, those are not the things that I needed. But Petal Bloom is fine and good and safe to live here. She can even mine the copper. Liked Barbie, took my female twins, glad I did. Barbie was good. Do I have hot takes about Nolan's movies? My hot take is that I couldn't name one if I tried to because I'm not the person that knows who I don't know much about it. I think I've seen Inception and I think that was a Nolan movie. There we go. I can name one of them. Yeah, I'm not much of a film buff. You have certainly been bit by the pink bug. Maybe you know what? If I went to go see the Barbie movie, people might think that I dyed my hair pink because of the Barbie movie. Which wouldn't be the end of the world. But I wasn't thinking about it at the time. You didn't? No, I just wanted it to be pink. But I am kind of, sort of, yeah. This would be the Barbie color if that was a thing. Okay, so now, what are my priorities here? Is my priority Caracta? I think so. It's hard because it's not Mog, and I want Mog. But if I could just get Caracta, because Mog, you know, I can run ICC in 2027. I can run ICC in the middle of the night. I can run ICC any time in my life. But Caracta is going to be much easier while people are still listing groups for it. So there's an argument to be made for going to go do it. Although I don't have a flight pass, so he's going to have to go. Barbie movie's actually really good. Would recommend seeing it at some point. Are you just skipping the rest of the Cool Daniel attempts? I should do that too. There's too many things to do. There's not enough, well, there's lots of time, but there's not enough priority setting brain power in my squishy, clever meat noodle. And this, my boy. Oh, man. Oh, no. I thought Cat was back, but it was just the ghost cat. Got tickets, haven't been to a movie theater in years. Just need some pink right now, plus fond memories of the Barbie franchise. Yeah. I feel like maybe I'll go see it. I might go see it after it's quieted down some. I don't know if I'm ready to be around very many people yet. I used to think Teeth was called Teeths. Last movie I saw was Super Mario Bros. Because of my nephew. This is the last movie I saw in theaters. It might have been... I went to see Shang-Chi in theaters. And it was great because there was literally, it was an empty theater. It was awesome. I'm in the wrong spot, aren't I? Here we go. Pre-made. Custom. Find a group. Correct. I can stop farming Karakta when Karakta drops me the mail, you know? Last movie I saw in theaters was the Warcraft movie. Ooh! Sure, if you go in the middle of a weekday, it'll be super quiet. Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. You want to know something rude? I haven't been fishing in like 3 weeks. And I had my heart set on going on Monday. And it's been like beautiful summer weather. It's been like low to mid 20s. It's been sunny. And the forecast is that's going to carry on except for Monday, where it's going to rain. And I mean, you can fish in the rain, but my current mode of fishing is to go rock fishing. And I wouldn't say parkour, but I'm climbing and perching and finding places to fish off of rocks near the sea. And when they're wet, they're extremely slippery. And it's a little more dangerous than I'm signing up for. It's quite rude. Yeah. Fish. Yeah, no, the fish don't mind. It's my life being dashed upon the rocks below that I'm worried about. Oh. Hi, baby girl. Welcome back. Listening to stream from a cafe by the canal because it's 28, sunny, and perfect cycling weather. You are living. Man, that's the life. I see people biking places. I see people cycling places all the time. They zoom by me continually. And I always want to know, where are they going? I need them to explain to me how it works. Where do they come from? Where are they going? Where are they going to put their bike? How sweaty do they plan on getting? What's in your backpack? Are there protected bike lanes in your area? They are working very hard to get bike lanes in as many places as they can humanly jam them. To the point that there is an aggressive amount of construction in the name of that. Sometimes they're going to exercise, and they're there. A lot of the times they're just wearing like casual clothes. Sometimes somebody will be wearing like exercise clothes, but a lot of the times people will be wearing like a pair of jeans and like, you know, a button-down shirt or something. Like it looks like they're going to work or something. You almost quoted Cotton Eye Joe there. Some of my coworkers' bike to work baffles me. Cannot imagine starting my work sweaty like that. I used to bike for the one hot semester that I went to university. I would bike there because that was the most effective way for me to get there. And I would show up drenched in sweat and I made no friends. I had no social life because I showed up with frizzy, damp, sweaty hair. And I was smelly. Karakta, it says that it's spawning, but like I don't see it. Have you had this experience? I see the thing on my map. Oh, do I have to talk to the scout? Or it's just coming, maybe? It's on its way. Oh, it's gone now. That was weird. Huh. Cycled to work for years? Answer to that question varies widely. Lots of people use it as their commute. Do you wonder that for people walking somewhere? No, because I am the walker. I am the consummate pedestrian. I have walked as a commute. I walk for groceries. I mean, I guess it's harder to, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's probably harder to have groceries on a bike. Nearly all workplaces I've worked at have had proper locker rooms and showers. Oh, there it is. All right, well, I guess I'll start a group then. Karakta. War mode off. I am war mode off, right? Yeah, okay. I feel like I would be more inclined to bike if I knew where I could put my bike when I got to where I was going. If I had a destination in mind and I knew that there was going to be bike racks. I'm sure there's bike racks everywhere and I just haven't looked for them because I haven't been biking. Allows you to go further than walking, more nimble. Many people simply enjoy the experience. Bags work great for groceries. Cargo bike for going to the grocery store. Sometimes people will have like a box. Like they'll have a box mounted onto the back of their bike or like on the front of it. And you'll see them load that up with all kinds of stuff. Box in the back of my bike, yeah. I hope somebody takes this from me. I'm item level 363. This boss is gonna kill me. There we go. Yeah, I could fit a small amount of groceries into a backpack just fine. I use a backpack anyways. Once a day in each tune or once a week? It's kind of a weird lockout in that it's more than once a week, but it's not every day. It's every time the rares rotate back around, their lockout is reset. So you have to wait until he goes away and then comes back and then you can kill him again, which is sometimes, maybe all the time, I don't know, twice in a week. Anybody get lucky? Alright. Am I gonna leave him here? Yeah, I'll leave him here for now. Thing is, when you bike to get groceries, chances are you can get there quickly enough to not need to buy 4 weeks of supplies. I mean, I can walk to the grocery store just like in an after lunch walk. There's stores in every direction. I have more protected lanes around here. I'd like it more. Harmony for mounts? Yeah. Okay. Now that it's occurred to me that Caracta really is up. Couldn't find your group. It could be, I think because it's a public custom group, it's only going to be available to Alliance and North American players. And War Mode off. Although you would be able to see the War Mode thing, but it's possible that you're Horde. Caracta. Or no, sorry, that was a Horde group, so if you were Alliance, that you wouldn't have been able to see it. I have ults of both factions. I forgot. Ugh, don't need a cargo bike to get groceries. Kitty cat. Yeah, my mom has the panniers that she has on her bike so she can take things around because she bikes to work and stuff. She bikes everywhere. She's much cooler than me. I used to have tiny little saddlebags for my dog, and I would put cans of tuna in them just to add a little bit of weight to either side of him to help him tire out faster so that this dog could, like, sleep. He had so much energy that you could walk him for hours and he would still be bouncing off the walls. So I would load up his backpack so that he would have to work a little bit harder, and then you take him for a long walk and then he's ready for a nap. Why do you think she's cooler than you? Because she does more things. She does the kind of things that I am afraid to do because I'm afraid of all kinds of stuff. I'm sure I could, but, you know, one thing at a time. Joke's on you. Why are your walls trampolines? Miss living up north. Occasionally could cross-country ski to work. I wonder if not as many people know that the Caracta thing reset. I feel like the top of the week is easier to find groups. Dog has a backpack too. People always ask me what she's carrying. Never know what to tell people. Yeah, I don't think I ever put anything useful. Because it was very important to me that he was evenly loaded. So I liked the cans because I could put an identical amount of weight on either side of him. Because I didn't want to give him back problems or anything. You know what you don't have to wait for? Cool Daniel. That is true. That is true. That'd probably be faster than waiting for 10 Caracta spawns. I love it. I love it when she does things. I live in Victoria, so I'm not far from Vancouver, but I may as well be far from Vancouver because I never go. I don't get out much. Home's just kind of nice. Yeah, right. Not that close either, the ferry takes time. It's mostly just, getting to the ferry. You can take a bus to the ferry. It just takes longer than driving, and you can drive to the ferry. And you can even drive onto the ferry, but that's expensive. And you can drive to the ferry and then long-term park at the ferry, which is less expensive, but still expensive. The trick is to get somebody to drop you off at the ferry. I'm gonna do Gildaniel. Actually, let's get a quick little swipe in before we do that. How many 70s do you have? I believe it's 15. Walking on is nice. Walking on is the dream, especially if you know that you can either take transit or there he is. If you have a plan for how you're going to get around on the other side, there's nothing nicer than not having to worry about your car. Plans to take the ferry with a bike eventually. You never go yet? You were thinking about changing that? Yeah. Sometimes I just like thinking about things, though. Sometimes daydreaming is more fun than actually doing stuff. You know what I need to do today? I need to make some jambalaya. I need to clean my baseboards. I need to edit a video. And I need to maybe plan what I'm going to do tomorrow, even if it's raining. So, Inksy? Inksy. Whoa, her eyes are kind of spooky today. Ferry day trips here are the best. No, I love taking the ferry. It's just 90 minutes of not having anything to do, and you can watch the ocean. You can have snacks. You can read your book. I mean, I guess it's basically just like at home, except with more ocean watching. I mean, I guess if she's right here. I'm never gonna remember which characters I've done Karakta on, is the problem. All right, let's go see Gildaniel. Am I sure? I think I just didn't fix my bags. Ocean, do some cross stitch, read a book. Why 2 level 70 druids? Oh, there's more than 2. I want to clean out my inventory a little bit. Here is all of this stuff that we do not need. I have gotten seasick before. On a big ferry, not so much. Sometimes if it's really choppy, the ferry will bounce around a bit, but they're huge boats. They're pretty stable. It's been a long time though since I've been on a smaller vessel, so to speak. And one of these days, I don't know about these days in the short term, but one day I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna get a spot on a fishing charter. And, you know, Seaman John Yildan is gonna take me out to sea on like a regular boat. And, and I'm gonna find out whether or not I get seasick these days. Because I am very prone to motion sickness. Yeah, I don't know. It's actually kind of not promising. I was on a dock. I was on a fishing dock that was bobbing up and down because it was windy, and that was kind of making me nauseous. Yeah, I am worried about getting seasick for the eventual fishing on a boat trick. Well, if I take a fishing charter and I get seasick and I never take another fishing charter, then that's money I can save, I guess. Does gravel help? Maybe? Gravel knocks me out, though. Gravel will make me sleep. Regardless of the time of day it is. Can change over time. Less motion sickness prone in my 40s than I was in my 20s. I'll hold out hope for that then. Because I would like to be able to go fish on boats. Yeah, any kind of medication that causes drowsiness has an extremely strong effect on me. What if Gul'dan drops the mount tonight? What if he just says, Hazel, you've been good all year. Ho ho ho. Here's the green infernal. You can practice yourself out of it. That was kind of the case with certain video games. There's some video games, most of the time I'd try not to play video games that are first person or video games with highly swinging camera motion because they can make me really sick. But some of them, if I just play them long enough, I can kind of get over it with enough exposure as long as I'm willing to feel sick for a while I work on it. It kind of depends on the day. More time to get the ICC helm if that happens. Increase the FOV of your eyes. There, we're gonna do Mythic first. Right difficulty Mythic. Oh. Who knows why I kill the trash? Maybe for BOEs, actually. I'm sure there's still, yeah, there are still zone drops that I need. That's why I kill the trash. That's why. Play for 30 to 45. Stop. That's smart. That's smarter than me. I play until I feel awful, and then I feel horrific for the rest of the day until I can take a nap. Which is not as efficient. BOEs here have plummeted in value. I mean, it looks like they're more than 100 gold. That one I might be able to afford. I might spend... Well, I would probably only spend that much, though, if it was if I had got the rest of them, though. Because if I'm going to be farming for the rest of them anyways, that one might drop while I'm farming. Thanks, Fire. I guess I would take a look at it. What if he is Santa and the mount doesn't drop till December? I'm enjoying summer so much that... And this isn't very zen of me. But I'm kind of bummed in advance about the fact that summer doesn't last forever. It's so beautiful and lovely and nice outside that I'm just kind of thinking about, man, half the year it is gray and rainy and cold and gray and dark. And I'm just trying to like plan things to look forward to for when it is gray and rainy and dark, because otherwise I'm just going to be sad that it's not beautiful green, you know, fluffy plants summer anymore. Healthy attitude to have. We're all going to die one day. I'm the opposite. I'm excited it's fall soon. Tell me about it. Yeah. Kitty, when it's wintertime, I'll make cookies. Although I could make cookies now. I bake much less than I think I do. It's funny, I'll be looking at real estate listings and I'll be looking at kitchens and I'll be like, oh, this is the great kitchen. This one's not very good. This one doesn't have enough counter space for me. And then I'll go like make toast for dinner. Like the world in which the life I actually live is drastically different than the life that I think that I live. And as much as I do sometimes cook and bake, I don't do it nearly as much as I seem to think I should. Need more room for your craft dinner. Awful. Migraines in the summer. Prefer gray and rainy days. I need the room to make bread. That is true. That is true. That bread that I made has been awesome. It has been sustaining me. Farmer's market time. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Finally have my vacation. The sun struggles behind the ray clouds. This was a really cool fight at the time. Farmer's market sounds fun. Gray and rainy, kind of cozy. I'm just gonna have to remind myself of that when it's no longer lovely. I don't know. I've been here for 2 winters and it's been, I haven't really like, well, I don't know. I might get a little seasonally depressed. Not anything dire, but some more than I can fix with a lamp. Perfect for a cup of tea and a good book. Yeah, I do that in the summertime though. I just make the tea early before it gets too hot to drink hot tea. Love lamp. Fontanite. I like my purple lamp that gives me the purple glow. It makes me feel fancy. Hello, Gul'dan. How are you? Can I interest you in giving me your mount? And that way you don't have to care for it anymore. You know, I'm sure it's really big and it smells like brimstone. And I can take that off your hands right now. Can't help but notice Gil'dan is now. You're right. Pet journal. Gil'dan. There he is. Do I have pet biscuits in this character? I might. That's smart with the lamp. Biscuits to make pets huge. Yeah, you never saw one of those? The magic pet biscuits? They like double the size of your companion pet. Is Khadgar summoning Captain Planet over there? Do you think Khadgar's a shower guy or a bath guy? Or he just goes out in the rain whenever he starts to feel smelly? Shower and rubber ducky. That's it. That's the move. Nope. We try again. He goes swimming in a lake to get clean. I remember going camping as a teenager with my friend's family. And we were out there for like, I think at least a whole week. And it was like tent camping, so it wasn't like the kind of camping where there are showers. And I remember thinking, I'm going to bathe. And I was, hang on, did I change? No, I'm still in Mythic. I was having one of my earliest, you know, short-lived self-improvement phases, and I thought, even if it's cold, I'm doing it. I'm going to get up at the crack of dawn, and I'm going to clean myself in the river. And because it was a campsite that was like a long river. And I would walk down to the river. I had to take a buddy because you weren't allowed to go anywhere alone because it was the woods. But I convinced my friend to come with me. I don't know if I convinced her to do it with me. I think maybe once. But and I would like jump in the river and get all wet, and I had my little bar of camp soap or whatever, and it was so flippin' cold, and I don't think I became a better person at all. I think I was just really cold. It was really hard to warm up when you're in the woods because it's not like you can just like go. You could get back in your sleeping bag, but there wasn't a whole lot that you could do to warm up first thing in the morning. Shivered forever. Yeah, pretty much. I don't think it was as big of an accomplishment as I thought it was. Khadgar seems kind of bougie to me. Eucalyptus chamomile soap and wears a shower cap. I'm kind of interested in the eucalyptus chamomile soap. It sounds nice. Couldn't you totally see me one day making soap with lavender that I grew in my garden? Swimming in Superior a few times, so I understand the cold of which you speak. That is cold. That's a big lake. Yeah, there's some places where you get in and it's just your bones hurt or your body seizes up, or it's just there's some places where it's just too cold. And I'm not a big swimming in cold water kind of person. Some people get really into it here. People will go swimming or they'll just stand in it, kind of like therapy. And that's not been me. I don't even really like cold showers. Happy Sunday, all. It's my birthday today. Happy birthday, Katie. I hope you have a phenomenal day. What does the star in the mobs mean? That just means they're elite. If it's a silver star, it means they're rare. It's from my Plater add-on. It's part of my Plater profile. Katie Cat, you want to say happy birthday to Katie? Oh, some birds. Alaskan ears here talking of cold. I know nothing of cold compared to Alaska. Sometimes I like looking at housing prices in northern BC because there are places that are more affordable to live way up there. And then I go, man, that really would be dark in the winter. There's probably a reason that I can afford this house. You know, I technically live in Canada, but I don't really live in the Great White North. I live in the tropical rainy south of Canada. Oh. Daughter's birthday too. Or you look at animal shelter listings from different shelters across BC and you go, this is the perfect puppy. What do you mean it's a 14-hour drive? I could do it, right? You just spend the night in the middle of the province. Was on a trip as a kid. We paddled on a river for a while. The weather was cold. It was raining. Before we started, I checked the water, and it was very cold. By the end, we were all exhausted and frozen through. Checked the water again. It was pleasant. We had grilled sausage at the end, and I could take them from the grill in my hand and not feel anything. Oh, because you were so pre-chilled. That might have been my worst day. It doesn't sound any fun. It doesn't sound any fun. I love the outdoors, but I am a squishy, cushy being, and I like being warm and dry. Super cold winter mosquitoes that carry you away in the summer. Met a pup yesterday that looked a lot like Yang, black and white fur. She was a sweetie too. Oh. Oh. Bless you. Hi. I have dog vision. I mean, obviously people have dogs outside. Lots of people will have dogs outside, but I see them all now. And they see me. Font of night, that's right. Good morning, Hazel. It's my 75th birthday today. Happy birthday, WoW freshman. I hope you have a phenomenal day. It's a big day for birthdays in here. In Anchorage, it's not that cold here. I bet you it's colder than you're giving it credit for. That's that inbuilt northern spirit of like, well, it's colder where somebody is. Somebody's got it colder. Funny how that works. There was a dog that saw me and I thought it looked into my soul. It wanted to come say hi, but it was going somewhere, so it couldn't do it. Think we might get to -15. Not as bad as Fairbanks. I watched a reality show on Disney Plus last year called Port Protection that's about people living in a really remote, rural sort of island community in Alaska. And when I finally looked it up on a map, I was kind of surprised to see that it was actually not like northern Alaska. It was kind of in the part of it that like juts south and sort of abuts BC. And I was looking at, I forget what community. I don't know. It might have been Prince Rupert, if I'm not getting them all mixed up. But I was looking at houses or dogs or something. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's basically up by Port Protection. That place that I saw where like there were some crazy stories on that show. I don't think they're gonna make any more of it. The Panhandle, yeah. It was basically down to the Panhandle. I think that it's not that I couldn't do it, but I think that living in northern BC would be a very different experience for me, and I would have a lot to learn. I think that there would be a lot of adjusting because I have had it very easy when it comes to weather. I think that's part of why it's so expensive to live here, is because the weather is so, habitable. I'm in the armpit. 92 degrees right now, so I'm in a cold area. Please adopt me. I will mountain farm for you. 92 is too hot. Oh, what is it outside right now? Probably something in the 60s Fahrenheit. Might get up to like 74 today. Might get up to like 76 today. $13.7. Rainy. Hello. One mount, please. Hang on. One mount, please. Nope, just the infernal contract. I wish my rarity was working better so I could know how many attempts I have, because I don't know how many, but I feel like we're getting past the number where I should have dropped by now. It'll be 28 Celsius here today. Sometime this summer, next time there's a heat wave, I want to go swimming. But the thing is, when there's a heat wave, everyone's going to want to go swimming. I'm sure there's big lakes. I'm sure I can find a place. With specialization? No. More than 4? Yeah. Alright, bump it down to normal. In a lake? Probably a lake, yeah. You can also swim in the ocean. You're gonna take a shower after either one. The lake tends to be a little bit warmer, depending on the specific lake, but the Pacific Ocean's gonna be pretty cold, no matter how warm it is. Public pool hadn't really crossed my mind. There are public pools. I've just never been. There's a few of them in town. Can I ask if part of your anxiety around people is because you're a streamer afraid someone will recognize you? A little bit. I would say that doesn't so much impact me wanting to go outside. It's more about there's some things that I just won't do because of I'm very cautious of things that would tell strangers where I live in conjunction with what I look like. So there's things like, you know, if I was gonna try and sell like I don't know, an item on like Marketplace or something like that, I probably wouldn't have somebody come pick it up at my home, because just on the off chance that someone recognizes you, and then now knows where you live and can dox you. Nightspire. Stuff like that. So there's some things like I had a thought of like putting up posters and being like, I am local and I will pet sit for you, because I would be super down to look after my neighbors' dogs and cats and stuff and houseplants if they want to go away. But, you know, that's the kind of thing where people kind of want to know who you are and what your name is and what your background is and where you live. And it's just more, as long as I am a hermit that's pretty anonymous, there's fewer weak points in my life that could potentially leak sensitive data. I'm sure there's no way to be 100% safe, but there's things that you can do that are unnecessarily risky. Promise they won't rob you. Awful lot of Nighthold LFR to get. Oh yeah. I mean, LFR, I think I'm gonna have a lot of any expansion where LFR had different MOG appearances. I haven't done a lot of LFR. Oh, LFR is also so easy to jump in and do too, because you can just kind of like queue for it, you know. Your kitty must love your job, gets to hear your voice a bunch. I think she's happy that I'm home all the time. Some police stations that let you do those transactions in their monitor parking lots. Oh, that's smart. There she is. On vacation in California, learned the hard way that water was cold. The last time I went in the ocean, there was a heat wave day in May where it was nearly 30 Celsius, so it was a hot day. And we had been hiking and we'd been fishing, and we were about to have to hike back up this huge hill to get back to the car. And it was like hot, sweaty. sunny, burning sun. And we were fishing at the ocean, and there was kind of like a little sandy beach, and we're like, well, let's just go for a swim before we hike back up the hill to kind of like cool down and get a head start in this temperature. And it took all of my willpower just to lower myself gingerly into this water, because even though it was such a hot day, and it was like a shallow area on the beach too, I'm sure it was much warmer than the rest of the ocean. Ocean's cold, man. Surprisingly, water heats slower than air. Especially when it's connected to the rest of the water. Gulf here in Florida, like 90 degrees, not even nice. Sometimes, if you're looking at houses here, some of them have hot tubs. And I don't want a hot tub. Take it with you. I don't want to have to maintain that. I'll just have a bath, you know? I feel like hot tubs are great for people that have parties, or they just really, really like hot tubs, I guess. But like, I don't know. I feel like your average person is probably not going to use it enough to justify keeping the thing maintained and in good shape and whatever. Could a hot tub be turned into a fish pond? I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. I think that the thing you have to be really careful about when turning anything like that, when doing any kind of conversion like that, is that fish are very sensitive to certain chemicals. And those chemicals, especially when there's like plastic parts, can seep very, very deeply. Like they can continue to leak out for a long time. Like it's why when you're keeping fish in your home, if you have like a bucket that you use for water changes, that is the water change bucket. You do not use the same bucket that you use to like wash your car or whatever, because soaps in particular can be very harmful to fish. So it's probably possible, but you would need to have some way to make sure that there's nothing residual there that's going to harm your pond fish. Maybe some things are tougher than others. Floyd here now. Be very careful with pool chemicals, otherwise you make chlorine gas and recreate the Western Front. Pool chemicals and bathroom cleaners. You do not mix them. I do love cleaning though. I like it when everything's nice and clean. I think that's why I don't want a place that's too big, because I like being able to clean something thoroughly myself without having to try too hard. And if I had like, I briefly lived in a place that for some reason had 3 bathrooms, and it was just for me. And even when they're barely used because it's just me living there, 3 is too many for me to clean. I would like a place with 2 bathrooms so that you have one as a backup. But 3 is unreasonable. If you don't have like a big family or something. Gul'dan, you are the man. Drop me the mount if you can. Ta-da! Nope, no good. Okay, we tried Gul'Daniel. Shall we do some whelp daycare? I think we shall. Fatty Moo, thank you for the 18-month resub. Hooray! Hope you have a splendid day today, Hazel. I'm going to the Eras tour tonight. Crazy. Oh, I hope you have fun. 2 full. So this place had 3 bathrooms. 2 of them were full bathrooms with the tub, and then one of them was the half bath. You know, toilet, sink, but no tub. And because I basically didn't use one of the tubs. I was like, this tub is for nothing. I won't have to clean it if I never use it. And that was how I got around that. 1.5, like one full bathroom. I only really need 1 tub. 1 bathroom plus a powder room to be fine for my dream home. That would be ideal. 1 washroom per person is best for potential food poisoning. Yeah, I think homes that have multiple full bathrooms with bathtubs are more, you have families, you have like, you know, 3 kids and 2 adults, and you all have to take showers before you go to where you're going in the morning. That's when it's helpful to have multiple tubs. Is when you have multiple people that are competing for bathing time. You could keep ducks in an empty tub. Like rubber ones. Would you go to the Taylor Swift concert in Seattle? Probably not. I'm sure it would be fun, but you know what else is fun is staying home and saving my money. All right. Can I afford to do this? Briefly lived in a house where I had a bathroom attached to my bedroom. Ah, yes, the ensuite. I've had those before, and I don't have one right now, and I miss it. It's one of the things I look for when I'm looking at my dream house. Is my dream house has like an ensuite bathroom off the master bedroom, maybe like a balcony where I can gaze upon the gardens or the view, or I don't know, the fence probably. Everybody else's balcony, because let's face it, we're not rich. What are we doing? We are checking for any uncollected affordable transplant that I want. You always have to check and make sure it's not something that you can just like get easy, you know. Green robes don't pop up very much. I'll buy that. It's not often that I'm missing cloth robes. Alright, the whelp needs me. At least it's at least whelp dailies are pretty fast. And then it's mock farming time. Gaze down upon your subjects. That sort of setup very much not a thing here at all. Yeah, it's nice. It's luxury. I looked at one place that had a beautiful bathtub that was fully just in the master bedroom. The master bedroom just had a tub in the corner. And I thought, I kind of get it. I've stayed in hotel rooms like that before that have like the nice soaker tub that's like right next to the bed. But in your home, that's a bit strange. I guess if you have room for your towels and stuff. And then there was another one that had a ensuite bathroom. And the whole place was beautiful, except that there wasn't a door separating the bathroom from the bedroom. There was kind of like a pathway, but there was no door. I need the door. What do you mean? Bathrooms should always be separated via a door so that if there's sounds and or smells, there is some privacy. I guess if you lived like alone at all times forever. What am I doing? I'm doing whelp daycare, that's right. Yeah, I'm not a pool person. A pool is an active detriment to any place that I'm looking at. More work than I'm willing to keep up with. Can I ask you about Patreon versus YouTube memberships? Certainly. What would you like to know? Hotel rooms with sliding bathroom doors with a 2-inch gap at the bottom. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Oh, I sold some stuff. I sold 2 of my shin bones, but it's 2 of them bounced back. Or like those sliding farmhouse doors. I am not a huge fan of those. I don't even think they look particular. Like, what's wrong with a normal door? Some things I like to be fancy, but I don't need my doors to be that fancy, and I feel like they function worse as a door. You know, if you have a barn, then sure. 10 gold. How are your numbers, and would you consider reopening your Patreon for the house? Numbers are smaller than they were, but they are good, and I would not. I would not go back to Patreon. It's I mean, there's always the option of like, well, what wouldn't you do for a house? And I mean, that's kind of a dangerous thing to think through, but I am currently happy with it. The problem with Patreon, and this is just like a very specific thing that it's probably not a problem for a lot of creators. It's great for a lot of creators. Patreon gives you a much bigger cut than something like YouTube or Twitch does. Patreon takes a much smaller cut of the supportings, which is really nice. But unless they've changed this, when you have a Patreon, anyone that supports you has an avenue by which to private message you. And because of the nature of them having given you money first, it kind of leads to this situation where sometimes you will get stranger messages or messages that feel entitled to more personal things than others, or it's just kind of like, and it's a harder thing to just dismiss because, especially when it's all very borderline, because, you know, they have given you money, and that doesn't mean that you owe them the things that they want. But it does it just caused me a lot of mental distress that I was happy to have closed down. I'm pretty pleased to currently be living in a world where I don't really get DMs from strangers. I like talking to strangers within the public safety of my stream chat room, and I'm pleased with that. That's worth a fair amount of money to me, I think. How high is your resourcefulness and multicraft in alchemy? Probably varies based on the specific thing. For potions, we're looking at 21% resourcefulness and 26% multicraft. For Draconis, you're at 19 and 19. What about files? Files, we're looking at 26 multicraft and 23 resourcefulness, because they all have different, like, different stuff. Okay. Wall-to-wall carpets, people wearing their shoes inside. Yeah, I'm not huge on that. I like hard floors and then rugs as needed. Although I do think carpets are kind of cozy. I get that they're kind of gross, but sometimes there's something kind of cozy about a bedroom carpet. But they are difficult to more thoroughly clean. I was thinking about it, and I have one rug in particular. Most of the rugs in my house are like pretty easy to clean, and they weren't that expensive, and they're just rugs. They're fine. But I have one rug in my living room that was a bit more expensive, and I love it. And it's like a very light colored rug. And I was thinking to myself, if I got a puppy, it might be in my best interest to roll up this rug and just put it away for like 6 months or however long it takes to properly house train the dog, because accidents will happen. And it's okay if accidents happen at any point in the dog's life. But I could probably circumvent a bulk of early accidents if I just put this rug away and I put something else there for a while. That might be the smart thing to do. Have I not done the proper whelp daily? I think that was just the regular daily quest. Allergies don't like carpets, that's fair. The shoes. When I lived in my last apartment in Oregon, it had carpets that were pretty gross. Like, they smelled bad when I moved in. I don't think they'd really cleaned it very thoroughly when I leased that place. And is there really no daily for me today? You just hanging out today? What's up, Buttercup? Whelp daycare? Oh no, I have a quest. There we go. Track that one. And I got like a carpet steamer, like one of those sort of shampooing, steaming sort of situations that you fill up with water and soap, and it kind of like turns the water all black, and then you empty that and do it over again. And I did that over and over and over again, and it would always come up like dark brown. But the carpet looked better every time. It was kind of satisfying to work on. It was one of those things that I was like, this is disgusting, but also I'm having so much fun. See also the Stayed, the murder corner. Getting a puppy? Has chat been consulted? I am confirmed doing nothing. I just have dog brain right now. You should play Power Watch Simulator. No way to clean that? Yeah. I feel like it's also difficult to thoroughly clean rugs. It's not impossible, but tricky. Defeat Warali with Iggy on my team. So let's throw Iggy on my team. And then maybe like a Nexus Whelp or something. Carpet cleaning videos are huge and r/oddly satisfying. What does the imaginary puppy look like? Soft. Paws, 4 paws, tail, ears. Oh my gosh, there was this one dog that was in the SPCA, and it was in Nanaimo, so it was on the island. It wasn't like a 14-hour drive. And this dog apparently is cat friendly, has previously been great friends with cats. Very sweet, very friendly, super wiggly, happy doggy. Needed medicated food and needed medication for life because of like a skin condition. But it was not the kind of dog that I would normally think of as like my style of dog, because it was a boy dog. His name is Sue, S-U-E, as in Susan, I guess. I don't know. It was a boy dog named Sue. And Sue was like a pit bull that like looked like a pit bull. Like sometimes pitty mixes will just kind of look like all kinds of things, but Sue looked like a big old scary pit bull, except that you can see from the pictures and from this write-up that they've done for him that he's just like the happiest, sweetest dog that just loves everything. And his greatest crime is that sometimes he gets too excited and he jumps up on you. And I was like, and he was so cute. And I was thinking to myself, this would be a very out of left field dog for me to adopt, just because it just doesn't look anything like any of the dogs that I've ever had or like thought about getting. And I wondered if in the world, if I did adopt a dog like that, if people would give me a hard time because they would assume that he would be dangerous for my cat, even if he's a friendly boy that loves cats. And I didn't know. Sometimes I get in my head about that, about like, how would people react to this thing that I'm not going to do? Sometimes I think about that for too long. I'm not going back to town. I'm going back to town. They're so sweet. That puppy has suffered enough. Great mid-sized dog. Why was the battle pet level 1? Part of the quest. As long as you know the pup is safe with her, that's what matters. Yeah. I think any dog, even like a baby puppy, would be introduced very, very slowly. But he just looked so sweet. He kind of had like the jowls that sort of like flop out of the sides of his mouth a little bit. People tend to be polarizing about pit bulls. Yeah. Yeah, they really do. They really do. It's kind of a complicated topic. I think people would be really worried about that puppy. Okay. There we go. Oh! I did it! I got my first whelp. I'm so behind. I got my first whelp. Rusiona. Yep, she's still huge. She's still massive. This whelp, I mean, she's not massive compared to my dragon form, although she is still pretty big. If you get a pit bull, people will mostly assume you're a gangster. What if I'm accidentally turning into an intimidating person? Not in personality, but just like, you know, all of these things that I did incidentally, like getting a bunch of tattoos and cutting my hair super short, and you know, you get a pit bull and it's like, is that a scary person? No. You want cookies? I'll make you cookies. I could make cookies for doggies. Actually, not for Sue. Sue very strictly, because of food sensitivities, needed to not have any table scraps. Sue had very, very specific food needs. Already a bit there. It almost never comes up, and I think I partly benefit. My intimidation factor goes down a bit because I'm female. But I am occasionally cautious about making anybody, particularly like somebody who's like elderly and you know, walking home alone at night. I don't want to make anybody nervous, especially if they're. But I think these days people don't really mind tattoos. It's not like I have tattoos of like, you know, knives. I have tattoos of birdies. I guess if you're far away, you can't see. What am I doing? Oh, I'm getting another egg. Well, I suppose I should go do that because otherwise it won't hatch yet. Next step, leather jacket. I kind of want to source a secondhand leather jacket. I kind of want to go raid all of the secondhand shops and find like a used one that fits me. It's not like you have tear tattoos. You are very threatening, clearly. And a motorcycle. I'm not a motorcycle person. Teardrops for every cat you've ever pet. I met a new cat last night. I met a kitty that I had never met before. And I caught the cat's eye and I thought, maybe this cat wants to come see me. And I knelt down to greet the cat and the cat was like, hey, a person. And it came right over to me. And it was a very sweet cat. It was a big kitty. It was a completely pitch black panther kitty. It was so cute. It was so friendly. I'm here to bring an egg to Veldraken. Thank you. And I was very happy because it's not every day that I meet a new cat. I remember where all my kitty friends are so I can go walk by their neighborhoods and visit them if they're around, but it's not every day that you meet a new cat. One for each alt you've killed. If I smile and say hi, they're usually okay. I think that my body language does not carry me off as intimidating. I don't really look like somebody who's trying to throw down. Little Panther's some of the best kitties. I know 2 of my cat friends that are my cat acquaintances in the neighborhood are Black Panther kitties. The Ruby Oathstone. Oh, that's true. I do need to go to the Oathstone. Where is the Oathstone? Is it right there? Was I just there? Oopsies. Leather doesn't seem like my vibe. I had a faux leather jacket as a young person that I used to wear all the time. It was like a biker jacket. I liked that one a lot. Oh yeah, the Oathstone. There we go. I've never met this whelp. It kind of matches my Drakthir. Oh, that's cute. Is this my new favorite one? What's its name? I guess I'll find out. I'm taking it back. This whelp has attitude. I got him today too. Her? My dragon's tired. I need a place to land. Favorite is the bronze whelp so far. What? There we go. There we go. Add me to team. I wish Thor was no cooldown and worked like regular dragon riding. Alright. Gather supplies for the ruby hatchling's nest. Bolt of ruby cloth, pea fowl down. This is kind of itching my desire to nest for a new pet. Thanks. What if I had a dog that liked toys? You ever see the dogs that will like pick out a toy at the store and they'll like carry their toys around with them? They'll like bring their teddy bear to bed and something like that? It's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've known dogs that will like play with toys. Like all the dogs that I've known have really liked the rope toys that you tug on. They love playing tug of war. But I've never known a dog that was like super like that got really like lovey about toys. I know they exist. Apparently Sue is one of those dogs. Dog has 3 favorite toys. My dog does that with her frog toy. Aw. Dragon riding moment bar in your UI. I have a weak aura. Let me see. Dragon riding. Nope, that's all caps and it doesn't work. Thought you were collecting Mog in the Maw? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm also not collecting as much Mog as I thought I was going to be today. I'm a bit upset about this. Oh, I have to leave. I have to go far away. Your dragon looks awesome. Why, thank you. He'll carry it around and stash it for a hot minute before eating it. I agree. Dragon riding. Was it dragon speed? Yeah, there we go. That's the one. Destroyed every other stuffy, but this one she keeps and sleeps with. Aww. Time to prep for raid. Have a wonderful day / evening. Have a great raid. I wonder if we will be dragon riding the next expansion. I would assume yes. Yeah, I think they're gonna expand it to as many mounts as they can. Call it dynamic fly. And then hopefully let us keep it. That extremely memorable and catchy command. I got there. Eventually. I'm doing too many things in this game. All I want to do is go run ICC for that one leather helmet. I think that I need to take Barnacles and Ripsy through next. I think those are my next 2 chances. I could also look into lookalike appearances as well. But I kind of want that specific one because that's what ICC told me to, or that's what all the things told me to do. Ooh, a scout pack. I have to loot scout packs because they could have transmog for, or not transmog, pardon me. They could have a mount for me. I don't have that one, the blue one? How do you do the boss in a rogue? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess I don't know actually. Because yeah, you're right, it is specifically Valrithia, even if you can skip her. Did they add a way for DPS characters to do her, or did they just make it so you didn't have to do her? I thought that they just made it so you could skip it. What am I looking for here? There's sheepies? There's Auchenbloom. I can't imagine what I would do without that. Yeah, maybe I'll do Barnacles first. Bolt of Ruby Cloth or the soft Peafell down. Are there, like, birds over here? Oh, there's one. Without that, you would get more done. There's one. Used to be that you could solo her with bandages. Healing potion gun with my DPS characters. A healing potion. I bet I could just do it with like a band-aid. I've never tried that, but I'm sure it would work. I just have to get the Ruby Whelpling off to a good start. Bandages in the auctionist works fine. Yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Because it's tailors that make them now, right? Heart of Azeroth worked great in BFA. Yeah, you just got a healing trinket. You find some healing trinket that rogues are allowed to wear. If I rode the Cataloger's Raft, I could get 662 gold. 662 gold I could spend on transmog. Okay. There we go. Everyone's only one comp. Yeah, I wonder if that'll inspire them to make balance changes or if it's just one of those self-fulfilling things. Hey, okie dokie. I have some pets I can sell. Got enough saxifrage? I don't know if I have any saxifrage on me. I must have a little bit. I'm being overly cheeky. Pretty meta comp for high keys, but it seems extreme this time. Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. You got your Crimson Comfort Cushion. It's brand new and handcrafted for you. You're going to spoil the girl. Yeah. Baby. I guess I can play with you. I'm gonna have to try and make a point to read her quest text as I raise that one because I think I'm gonna like her. Oh, I've never seen so much. I do keep a good amount on me. I use it for alchemy. I use it to make things that I can then sell. Speaking of which, I didn't just vendor a shinbone. You saw nothing. I'm gonna get rid of some of this Nighthold stuff. Not my dragon scale. We need that. I don't need this anomalous cape. I don't need the veteran sword. We can get rid of these guys. I might make some, see if I can make some stuff anyway. See if any of it's profitable for me. Sell. Yeah. What are we saying? What have prices become for Tepid Versus? Still high. Still high. Calmed down a little bit. But, yeah, that'll work. That'll crush some of it. Quit WoW, but I always loved your videos and stream. Thank you, Cozy WoW. Healing Potion Gun is a healing potion injector. TBC recipe made by engineers, doesn't require you to be an engineer anymore. I'll keep that in mind if the bandage thing doesn't work. That might be a good tip. Okay. But in the meantime, for a sec, I'm just gonna park myself over here. I'm gonna check on a file the quick hands, and I'm going to take a very short break. Hang on a second, I didn't loot my mail. How are they still profitable for me? It's I am North America, so if you're EU, you might have different values, and then I may have more crafting stats. All right, I will BRB. Getting warm in here. I am making a Mega Dungeon guide. It is late, but I am making one. Is Inscription profitable? Never did it. Want to try it? I'm sure there's something that you can do profitably. My Inscription alt does not have quite enough knowledge points yet for it to be super good. I think I'm just gonna post these and then I'm gonna I wanted to spend all day farming Mog today, and I keep doing other things. Let's check those up for now. Pink hair. That's me. Okay. Barnacles. Barnacles needs to go kill Valrithia Dreamwalk. I have been tasked by the sacred deity of all the things. Well, actually, if he's right here, he can look for a Karaka. Not as many groups up today. He has been tasked by all the things, which I should turn back on. All the things. To get Sister Svalna's Spangenhelm. / target all the things. And it was from 10-man normal. Dungeons and Raids, Wrath of the Lich King, Icecrown Citadel, 10-player, Valrithia. It was this thing. It does have a lot of shared appearances. It's a look-alike item. It's the Leather Druid Tier. Vendors, Tortanok, Alana Moonstrike. What do you trade tier for? Are there tokens that I've been getting that I haven't been looking into? Because if so, could I get the token on 25-man? Alana Moonstrike. I'm going to look this up. 10-man normal tier is gold? She is in ICC. She does have Lasher Weave for gold. That's funny. But then I won't have the Spangenhelm. I might do that. Custom finding group. Fabius, waiting room. Okay. Oh, poor Barnacles. His gear's terrible. Mounts. Toy box. $1 on Hearthstone. Of course he hasn't used it yet. Why would he have used it yet? Well, he's, we'll do Valdrakken first, that's fine. Buy the initial item, upgrade it with a normal token, then upgrade it with a heroic token. Interesting. Yeah, I think I might be able to get that appearance just by walking in with a little bit of gold. I'm gonna try that. This is about to be real silly. But hey, more Mog is more Mog. I'm trying to improve on my 53.19%. That is more than half. How much gold does Barn have in his pockets? 4,230. My initial glance told me though that these items might be on the vendor for like silver, so he might be okay. Also, who's asking? You trying to mug Barnacles? Okay. Oh. Well, it doesn't matter. I was gonna go get the Hearthstone and then I thought, oh wait, I'm in the wrong dollar run. Give the lad some pocket change. Oh, he didn't even use, that's why his item level sucks, is he hasn't even used his Primalist gear. I'll do that when I get to ICC. It's over here, I think. Oh, that's the pet. That scared me. I'm like, does he have the correct amount in his bags? No, it's just the pet. Okay. ICC mod collecting's a bit of a mess. Usually, the thing I do when something's a mess is I try and find something easy that I can just scrape off to make the mess a little smaller. Just find anything I can do that will get any of it done to make the rest of it more manageable until I can understand the best way to do it. If it's too complicated to figure out the best way to tackle it, then just tackle anything and then hope it gets less complicated later. Okay, so he's got leather chest piece. I'm gonna get his gear on. It's in bad shape. Get his item level up a little bit. Meow, meow. $363 is much better than $330. It's not perfect, but it's something. It's got some of his heirlooms off now, at least. 28, 252. I can actually send that trinket on because I've got a decent one already, so I can mail that to somebody else that needs it. Alright, let's do this on normal. Dungeon rate difficulty. I guess one thing that I want to know that I don't really understand is if 10-man normal has different transmog appearances than 25-man normal. What's the best way for me to find that out? Slash all the things. Is that why there's so many appearances from ICC? It has different appearances? 10 and 25 are different. Oh, is that why there's like 1,000 things I'm missing? Is because there's just recolors for everything? 10 normal and 10 heroic are different. Okay, so there are 4 different things. Oh, okay. Well, at least I don't feel too bad for coming in here on 10 normal then. At least it's something. Raid difficulty, normal 10. Okay. There's so much. Alright, let's poke around these vendors for a start. I need the pieces to turn them in for other pieces. That's gonna stress me out. Makes your bags messy. Okay. Let's start by finding Alana Moonstrike. She is right over there. 12B will never drop. You can put them in your bank, it will pull from your bank at the vendor. Okay. I think Barnacles needs to turn Can I Mock It on. Does he have all the things on as well? He may as well. There we go. All the things in Can I Mock It. Do you get seasick? We had it's funny timing. We had the seasickness chat earlier. This is actually the appearance of the helmet that I'm looking for. It's the one she's wearing. Yeah, I do. I probably do. I haven't confirmed recently. Oh, I see. And then as I loot those, I'm learning them. Oh, Mark of Sanctification plus the robes. Okay. And that gets you more colorations of them. But they're... Does that remove an appearance from my collection? It does remove an appearance from my collection. That's weird. I'm so confused. The random is a function of all the things. If you type /ATT space random, it should pull up your random window. You can decide if you wanted to look for a random item or anything else, and then you can have it re-roll for you. Lasher Weave Vestment. Normal, 10-player normal, 5 of 8. I'm never gonna understand this. So he can just have a bunch of it, but not all of it? You can type it without the space. Oh, okay. You have to delete them to learn the appearance? Yeah, I was refunded for the vestments. So I want to get that one back, even though it... There we go. Yeah. Collected 1 of 3. But I want to hang on to these to use them with the tokens, I guess? Because it seems like they're... Are these different colors? No, they're not different colors. They're just different IDs. Well, actually... No, there's the same color. Goodness gracious. They are different colors? The Resto and the Moonkin set? They just have different tier bonuses. I think that's the same color. Oh, the difficulties. Okay, okay. Alright. Well, let's just run this place. 10 normal. I'm sure there's stuff that I need in here. But we won't get... Is it... So we're... I'm never going to understand. So if I want the items to upgrade those items, which I guess I'll just stash away so I can put them in my bank. If I want to take all this Lasher Weave stuff, which I think I have doubles of, but whatever, it's fine. Then I need to get tokens to drop. You do not get any tokens on 10 normal. Okay. Yeah, no, Barnacles cannot flap. I don't really want to do this skip right now. But I would still need to do this for, like, belts and stuff. Which Mog is she farming? An excellent question. Ultimately, all of it. Right now, panic. Confusion, dismay, and despair. You get normal tokens. On 10 heroic, 25 normal. Oh, good grief. 25 heroic, you get heroic tokens and 25 heroic. Okay. Am I going to check out the tier 3 stuff? I'm writing it off. I'm not doing it. No. Not for now, anyways. I have other things that I can get first. See what you get and how much you can do in a week. Go from here. Yeah. I think that I basically what I'm trying to figure out is if it is, because I know I can only clear it on 1 difficulty in each character. I just want to make sure that I mean, I am clearing it on 10 normal. I just want to make sure there's something that I need in here that I can only get by clearing it on 10 normal. And I think there are bracer or boots or something, or like some weapons that are specific to this difficulty. So this is worth something, I think. Or you're going to have to get kind of lucky because you're only getting 2 drops per boss. Looks like a long grind. Yeah. So, yeah, Death Whisper could have given me stuff. Trial of the Crusader normal. And then, like, belts and stuff. Yeah, we'll just clear it. Still need the Plaguewing boss for the Shadowmourne quest. I think that having all of my alts, though, is going to come in handy for me. Especially in these early raids where it's okay that they have no gear. I think if I shoved 363 Barnacles into Legion raids, he could do it, but it would be a little bit slow. I might eventually reach a point where I want to actually get them gear. Are there zone drops that I want? Is it worth it for me to clear trash, I guess? I don't know. Is now a good time to come back to the game? I always think I'm a strange person to ask this because I'm always going to say yes! There is lots to do and lots of things to to work on and lots of fun to be had. But that's always true. That's always true. There's always new content around the corner if you want to get in on ground one. Fill set's really cheap, 50 gold a piece in the auction house. Yeah. Some of the things I feel like are more than 50 gold. Like I think rings and trinkets and necks I feel like are sometimes a couple thousand. Make sure we do get our gunship gun warmed up. What is it I want from gunship? A belt or a dagger? Belt or a dagger? I think that if this Mog collecting bug sticks to me, I could be busy for a long, long time. This add-on is called All the Things. It helps you see transmogs that you need. Things that you haven't collected yet. Crafted BOEs share an appearance. Worth checking out as well. I'm just really cheap. I'm really cheap when it comes to transmog. I don't like spending more than like 500 gold on a piece. I do have them out. I do have the invincible. So at least I can feel confident farming non-invincible difficulties. How likely do you think it is to stick with you? I have no idea. Oh, I got the belt I needed. I got the belt I needed twice. There we go. That's a new appearance. One more off the list forever. Wow, that's a big belt. You could carry melons in that belt. Mogbug hit me and has stuck. Working on leather armor type. Have all the raids completed from classic to Throne of Thunder, including all unique item IDs. Holy. That's a lot of Mog. Belt hype. Alright, what could Saurfang give me? He's got Scourge Stranglers, he's got gloves, and he's got legs. Which must be different from these ones, I guess. Lasher Weave. Shared appearances is a thing I... Do I need to reload? Am I saving all your gold for player housing? Oh dear. The same as tier, but the tier is class locked. Oh, so if I get the legs, then my rogue and my demon hunter can wear them. I see. Gotcha. Better hope you don't mean Patrick Swayze will carry that melon. Joke's on him. I don't even like melon. Okay. Oh yeah, there's also pets that you get that you can sell. I forgot. I got that Drudge Ghoul, which is the one that drops off of 10-man. Or normal or whatever. And nobody ever farms the Drudge Ghoul because that difficulty doesn't drop invincible, so most people getting those pets are also mount farming. And I was like, I could sell it for 40k, but if I sell it for 10k, somebody might pick it up right away. And I have a feeling I'm going to get more of them, because if I'm going to continue to be in here on 10-man normal, it's not the last Drudge Ghoul I'm going to see. Yeah. Okay. What else? What else is in here? Fester Gut could give me bracers. Rotface has nothing for this particular character, but you still gotta do him. Made some gold off pets that dropped from Mount Hydra while I was Mog farming there. Nice. Oh yeah, I bet. I bet you did. People do not want to go in there if they can avoid it. Holy smokes. Yeah, I don't think a lot of these ICC pets are going to be worth very much, but the Drudge Ghoul in particular I know had a bit of a higher value. What's the meme? Don't forget to press the thing. If I do this enough times, I will eventually learn to press the thing. It'll happen. Alright, buddy. Risks of septic shock, please. Sometimes I think that the worst part of the farm is when you only need like one more thing, because you're still farming it just as much as you always were, but now you have a much lower chance to get anything at all. You're just going to run it over and over again, getting absolutely nothing. Okay, I pressed the button. I must have pressed the button. I see the orange. Have you gotten the helmet yet? As it turns out, the helmet was actually a lookalike of a Druid tier helmet that I could just buy. But I think I still want the helmet because it won't be class locked. I think that I still want the helmet because that one I'll be able to use on all leather armor types. So I betcha if I go down to Velrythia, it's still going to show it. I think that, or at least it'll still add it to my appearance collection if I get it. Spent weeks farming a single offhand Mount Hyjal. Oh my gosh. Worse if it's from the last boss. Yeah. Well, that's 28 gold I just looted off that guy that I get to keep. Plus another, 4 from those bracers. That's something. What about Putricide? Putricide has a discarded bag of entrails. Charming. What is it? It's a head. It's a helmet. Oh! That's gross. Take this discarded bag of entrails. It is green and steaming. And just like tie it onto your head. Why not, Yeah, that's pretty rough. Rogue set look like, Yeah, it's probably true. There's something exciting and also horrifying about deciding that you want to get all of the Mog and not just Mog for one particular character. Will he drop it for me? Not today. I got the Face Lifter, which is a sword that presumably lifts faces. I kind of really want Velrythia to drop that leather helmet lookalike. Even though I could Mog into my druids now, I just need it for the big collection, Names of these items are on point, though. Yeah, what else does he have? Scalpel sharpening shoulder guards. He has a rippling flesh kilt. Professor Putricide is kind of terrifying. Maybe that's just because Hannibal Lecter was like the premier villain of media when I was a young person who was afraid of things. Compared to now where I'm an adult who's afraid of things. Surely Starfall, fantastic in this room. Oh, probably. Doesn't Starfall only hit things that you're in combat with, though? I thought it couldn't pull things, which might make it less good for Mog farming. Blood Prince Council could give me slippers, or it could give me a great spear as a weapon. What character are you on? I am on Salty Barnacles. I need to fix his transmog. He's normally much more recognizable than this, but I'm on my guardian, one of my druids. Until it was mentioned here, I was naively assuming it could be gathered in a human lifetime. Thought the bugs auto aggro? They might. This part looks cool. I used to really want them to add Sand Lane. I really wanted vampires. And then they added Venthyr, and they weren't exactly what I wanted. And also, we can't play them anyway. I really thought there was going to be like a... I wanted to be like the Blood Prince from... Well, this one. I wanted to play a character like the guy from Ahn'kahet, The Lost Kingdom. Yeah, Night Elf with red eyes would probably be your next closest bet. Okay. Any luck? Nope. Okay. Blood Queen has nothing, but I'm still gonna kill her because I'm not sure what you can get away with skipping in this place. I'm gonna kill her anyways, even though I can't learn any of this on this character. It looks like I really need to come through here on plate. How do you feel about vampires? I don't have a lot of day-to-day concerns about them because I don't think they're real. As a fantasy property, I think they're very exciting. I like the gothiness of them. I love original Bram Stoker Dracula. The inner tween girl also really loved Twilight. Is not ashamed to say so. I haven't read a lot of Anne Rice, but I feel like that could be in my future one day. I could see that. It would seem you didn't collect a lot of plate in your day. Yeah, I'd say that's accurate. I think Crinkle could really clean up coming out here. And maybe she should. Maybe Crinkle should come out here. Not real. Sounds like someone who is secretly a vampire would say. Sometimes I think hummingbirds are fairies, but that's just because they're really pretty and they go vroom, vroom when they're like flying around. I gotta redo my hummingbird feeder today. Learn a lot of weapon mod if you ran on a warrior. Yeah. Yeah, I think Crinkle's gotta get out here. Some of the early books were good, later ones got a bit weird. Or are hummingbirds flower vampires? Hummingbirds are birds with silly straws on their faces. They go... They've got a... You see them stick their little tongues out and it's just so cute and weird. I love them. I just like birds. I mean, I guess I like a lot of things. If you asked me to pick a favorite animal, it would be very hard because they're just all cool and I refuse to play favorites. Nanny213, thank you very much for the 49-month resub. Close to 50 months now. I enjoy your streams immensely, even if I mostly manage to catch the VODs. Thanks for the entertainment. Thanks for watching. Kiwi birds are funny looking. Mine would totally be a tiger right now. Where can I watch your old VODs? Really old VODs are... There are a few of them buried on my regular, like my main YouTube channel. I am now, these days, uploading VODs to a YouTube VOD channel, but it only goes back so far because the really old ones are, like, gone. They are lost to time. Because they only last for so long on Twitch, and I hadn't preserved them for posterity. It's probably for the best. But those ones go back a little ways. Dr. Quinteros Dragons, thank you very much for the 16-month resub. Aye. Alright, Valrithia. Do you have a Spangenhelm for me? No, but I got a mace, actually. I got a two-handed mace that I needed. Oxheart. Kind of a... I mean, it looks like it has a skull on it. Maybe his name was Ox. He's kind of got it. I guess I can tell what happened to him. Cool. Charging 103, thank you for the 2-month resub. Sadly, we cannot relive the descent into madness that was the twins. That, yeah, we don't have the entire stream, but I do have I did save the kill. You can rewatch the final kill. Brennan UK, thank you for the 7-month resub. Tens of thousands of hours of streams just to find that Valheim stream. It was the first time I wish you archived them all. Yeah. The descent was a journey. I think the descent was a lot of quiet and then me going, and trying not to swear. Aloha Mora, thank you for the 23-month resub. Want a way to heal for Valrithia? Yeah, I think I'm going to try and remember to take bandages. Because I want to do it on my rogue too, for unclear reasons. Maybe I'll just stay in 10-man normal ICC until I have everything from it. And I'll buy the whole armor set on each of these characters and then just stash them in their bank so that later on when I get the upgrade tokens, I can just kind of do the upgrades. That seems reasonable. I have so many characters that I can use for Mog farming. We heard it from because you only get 2 pieces per kill. Yeah. So it'll go faster after that. I just love the feeling of when I do get a piece that I have that piece forever. You know, that mace that I just got. I never have to farm that mace again. It might drop again while I'm farming other stuff. But it's okay if it doesn't because that's part of my Pirates collection. Isn't that what kind of got us into the Cole Daniel situation we are in now? You can only use bandages on normal. Never know if you might want it. Never know. Sometimes I wonder if mod collecting is going to actually make my life worse because it's just going to give me legions and legions of appearances to tab through and page through when I'm browsing around looking for something that I actually want to wear. Got the helmet chest tier 3 tokens, trying to scrape the gold together to actually make it. Hour doing your mod, easy. Closet full of nothing to wear. Imagine the possibilities during Trial of Style. In Trial of Style, you're on a timer. Yeah, it's mostly about the +1, but I do sometimes, I don't know, I do like making different Mogs and wearing them. Speaking of which, it's time for him to put his regular Mog back on. There's Barnacles. Now he feels like himself. All of these raid appearances and he just wants to wear a shirt. Pick a random completed set, never even look at changing stuff. I love mixing and matching too much. I like the idea of putting together a Mog set that maybe somebody else hasn't done. Ooh, I got bracers that I needed. I got Van Braces of the Frostworm Queen, and those can be used on any armor type. Or not any armor type, but those can be used on any leatherware, so that's nice. Alright. Lich King could drop for me a staff. Yeah, he's got 2 staffs. We never did figure out what the diamond meant. Barnacles does look like a Borellis King. He's, this is the dock worker Barnacles. Barnacles monk. Aberrant Druid shoes in that current set, because then I actually have shoes in my Tauren. Smart, smart. That's a Razor Eyes. So I bet you if I log on to Ripsy and I come out here to do this, she's gonna need the Schmongenhelm, I betcha. Because otherwise I need to have all the things random tell me a new thing to do, and then I'll have to decide, do I want to stick around in ICC until I finish it? Or do I want to just chase the ATT random bug? Diamond means token. I want to say diamond means crafting something. Token. Random normal dungeon piece. Or something that can actually be repeatedly farmed for. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of the fun thing about going through and doing like the old classic dungeons, although Deadmine's definitely... I probably should have looked up the Shock Sharok thing much earlier. That could have saved me a lot of time. I guess I got the rest of the appearances I needed out of there. I only need one more thing from Blackfathom Deeps, but it's a zone drop. It's a rare zone drop. Blackrock Depths. Now there's a project. I need another 61 pieces of transmog from there. Including a bunch of quest items, though. There's like a bunch of like class quests. Currency, turn in for the Memories in Shadowlands. Something you turn in for a Mog. Okay. Okay. Razorfen down. Zone drops. Terrible. Some of the worst. Running BRD as we speak in Classic. Been at it an hour now. Blink through the floor and Nax. Oh no! You get it. You get them all when you complete it? That one you might have to do multiple times just because if it's class specific. Blackrock Depths. Waves of the Fire Lord. Shaman quest. Yeah. I think these ones would be not too bad. I don't think it's like a huge quest line for each of them. I might just have to take a character of each class to do it. Curious how you edit your videos. Been trying to learn to edit. Takes me forever. It is hard to get into. I am also self-taught. I mostly just kind of watched YouTube videos. I learned it by watching YouTube guides and by messing around until I figured out something that worked for me. I use Premiere. I'm an Adobe person, but you could do it just fine in really any editing software. Ever thought of taking professional classes? I think that I mean, it might be fun, but I think that any skills that I want to learn, knowledge like that is really freely available if you know what you're looking for and you know where to look. If you just kind of wanted generally more knowledge, then sure, you can probably learn some cool stuff there. But I think that for a while I had a project set where every day I would spend a whole hour just learning something related to the mechanics of content creation. So I would work through motion graphics tutorials or animation tutorials or editing tutorials or whatever. and I would learn different features of the software, and I would do that every single day. And I never came close to running out of free tutorials that were teaching me new things. There's just so much good free stuff that I don't think that paying for it makes sense unless you've learned all of the free stuff and you just know that that college has something that you cannot learn on YouTube. But yeah, keep trying. I would say start with somewhat simple projects where you're just like cutting out gaps, maybe adding like a graphic, a title, one audio track underneath it. Start pretty simple and straightforward until you get comfy with it, and just learn one new thing at a time. You don't need to know all of editing to edit good videos. A lot of it is extra stuff that you don't really need. Oh, I got one of the stabs that I needed. Ha 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 ha. Hallion. Staff of Forgotten Love. New transmog for me. Okay, good job, Barnacles. You may go home now and stash that Lasher Weave stuff in your bank. I like that stuff. All the tier in every class that was around back then? Yeah, it's brutal. I was looking into Molten Core as well. I was like, what do you mean I have to run this on all of these characters? Be a sick Blue Dragon mug. What do you think of sites you can drop videos that adds all the graphics? What you see, what you get type of setup? I don't know if I've heard of that. I mean, I'm old and cranky and nervous about doing things new. I like too much control. I have too specific of an idea of what I want a video to be to trust. And also a lot of graphics, if it's just gonna add graphics, I really don't like it when graphics don't serve a purpose. If they're just there for the sake of being there, I think that's silly. I think that's silliness. I would much prefer to do it myself, to have graphics that support some part of some function, basically. The legendaries are now unlocked. But I'm also old and cranky and set in my ways. I'm sure I could be doing much cooler and better things if I was willing to consider other ways of doing things. Okay, we can get rid of all this. We actually did decently as far as drops that time around. Does anybody buy Ridge Shale Wings? Is that worth trying to sell? It's the Karokta pet. I feel like there's a lot of them. 7,500 gold? 30 gold. You could vendor it for 30. Or I could sell it for 100 gold. Maybe somebody will want it. I'm sure that's not the last one I'm gonna see. And even if it is, that's okay. Oh, I got Precious's ribbon. He has to wear that, right? Maybe he'll wear it and I'll transmog it. But that gives him the Precious's ribbon buff. That's perfect. And I can mog it back. That's great. Excellent. But I still keep the buff. Grats in the ribbon. Is that rare? I didn't notice him getting that. I don't think I've ever had one like that before. I've seen people with it. I'm familiar with the concept. He looks like He-Man with the pink vest. That stupid ribbon was one of the last things I got. Ha ha ha. Alrighty. Oh yeah, and the blood boil. I probably shouldn't be trying to list these things on the character that dropped for them. I should probably do that on my main. Okay. I kind of want to run it on Crinkle because she's going to get all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to take Ripsy instead. The ribbon is rare. It's at 1%. We used to fight over the ribbon in Raid. Oh. Ha 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 ha. I'm fancy. Best in show. Oh, hey, Karokta's up. Pre-made custom starter group. Karokta. War mode off. May as well do a quick Karokta kill. Ripsy's 368. I'm gonna put her back in her mog. What does she normally wear? She normally wears heritage armor, that's right. What's a good one for running instances? Are any of these gonna make me fast? That one reduced the cooldown of my sprint. I guess I already have it. Yeah. Love the High Mountain Tauren shirt. Oh, I thank you. I wonder if I'll live. One ICC run takes about 20 minutes. That's not too bad. Do you think they should implement the give mount to other player items more like what they did with the time race? Yeah, I think that letting people trade things is generally speaking a good thing. Holy. But I haven't thought it through, so maybe there's some downside. Oh, somebody bopped me. Maybe there's some downside that I hadn't really considered yet. Oh, you know what I need is slice and dice. And a 436 tank. I need to make sure that Ripsy has all the things and that she has Can I Mog It? And I want to see what she like needs still. Is a snow leopard a more reasonable pet than a tiger? Can I interest you in a stuffed animal? They probably have a tiger squishmallow out there somewhere. After 390, tanks seem pretty invincible in world questing. If you already have the mount, then the item will literally teach the mount to another random player who doesn't have it. Oh, that's cool. Does that player get to accept that? I mean, I'm sure most people would be really happy, but there's probably some people that are as crazy as me that want to actually farm it themselves. Weird. I didn't know that was the case. I hadn't heard of that. I think I just did an AoE finisher. I'm not a very good rogue. Automatic can't deny it. Like when people were upset when Apple gave them the newest T2 album on iTunes. Uh-huh. I remember that. That was funny. Well, speaking of pets, I got another pet. Oh, dear. Alrighty. Now, Icecrown Citadel time. So, can she go? She can go to Veldraken because she has, or not Veldraken, Dalaran. Which is my cheesy way to get back to Stormwind, basically, because I don't know if all of them have a Stormwind teleport cloak. I guess she does. We can just do that directly. Not the best at making gold. Doing random Sark LFR in Heroic Dungeons for tank cash. 1500 per rune, 1k golden bag. It's not a bad way to do it. Plus, I'm sure you have lots of Sark LFR transmog by now. Hmm? Well, actually, I'm not sure. I guess other people could win it for needing the loot. It's tricky to get transmog at a current LFR. Okay, we put this back on. I'm going to Dalaran. You only get loot for the first kill. Oh, you're spamming it on one character. Oh, I see. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Check her add-ons. Does she have what we need? All the things. Can I mog it? Forget a lot to put my regular cloak back on. I used to have a weak aura that would yell at me for it. Taking my main in there. Alt tank's not nearly like my main. Some LFR groups are heavy. That's fair. I totally get that. Alright, Lich King. What can Ripsy get? She has 4,000 gold too. Dungeons and Raids, Wrath of the Lich King. Icecrown Citadel. 10 player normal. Vendors. 10 player normal. Yeah, it still wants me to get that because I didn't learn the appearance for the druid tier because of course I didn't. That's 4k gold you could give to someone. Isn't that what you'd say? No, it's 4k gold I get to keep. More gold for me. Eat the Void Slash, take it down. Most LFR groups can deal with the rest. Yeah, I only did Sark LFR once. And the Void Slash was a problem. Raid difficulty. 10 player normal. What else are we missing? There's shoulders. There's a few things here and there. Love Ripsy's hair so much. I love it with the goggles. The green goggles with the green pigtails I feel like is cute. Oh, I could tell that it was nearly noon. This will be her last run because I'm getting hungry. I always know when stream's almost over because my body says lunchtime. Yes, food. If you ever do the Glory of Achievement in Aberrus, the frog and elder will troll you hard. We have the frog up in our Reclare every single week, and we have no intention of doing the achievement. Somebody just keeps triggering the frog. Every single time. Lunchtime. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'll just buy them all. Oh yeah, and then I don't have the marks for the other ones, so. Oh, so it's just one set because they only have one. Well, it's fine, whatever. Cool, okay. So I'll carry the Shadowblade stuff around. At least that's Mog I have right now. That's Mog that I didn't have before. So my rogue can now wear that. If I wanted my druid to wear it, I needed it to drop off of Putricide. And then we'll stick those things in her bank. Giant level. Lever. Let me pull it. What's for lunch? A good question. I probably have leftovers. I need to just look in my fridge and find something that I have to finish. I'm sure there's something in there. Convinced some Blizzdeath controls the frog. They leap it out of the way as Elder leaps down. What could I get from... Marigar is only one item that I could use. It's an axe. Those things I'm not super worried about because like that could also drop on a warrior. They could drop on lots of things. It would be nice if I got it. And then Death Whisper has a chest guard and a belt. Pardon me. Oh, and some boots too. Yeah, I'm just using the spec icon as an indicator that it can drop for me at all. Or that I can learn it, basically. Although I guess actually that one, like that int sword, could still drop and I would still learn it. That's a good point. Unfortunately, I have that one already. How is the new Evoker spec? Haven't played it. I haven't played it myself. It seems very strong. When I was running dungeons with an Ogvoker in my group, it seems very good. It's very difficult to... It's not like it's hard to run dungeons without them, but they're strong to the point of it feeling like it's... If you want to do anything really hard, it's probably important to have one with you right now. Alright. Lady Death Whisper. Death Whisper. She really brings out my lisp. Loot, please. Nope. You learn to hate the spec-specific Mog on current content, especially Rogue Goldie Small Knives. How much transmog do you have? What's your... If you're an All the Things user, what's your overall percentage? I'm very curious. You seem to be, like, the deep expert. Lady Death Whisper. Yeah, I didn't beat ICC. I didn't clear it when it was current either. At the time, it was too hard for me back then. I was too new and it was too difficult. It's a good mount for her to ride around in here. This one. Gunship. Could give me... I guess if I wanted to see only things that this character could learn, I could probably, like, turn off account mode just for a minute, just while I'm in here, and then turn it back on later. There's really no harm to toggling your all the things settings, but sometimes it feels to me like I shouldn't, you know? Like, sometimes just turning off this checkbox feels like I'm giving up on something, even though I know I'm just doing it for, like, for now, you know? 83.65%. Main spec read only, but 95%. Holy. Keybind toggle that setting. That might be smart. So I can see 2 things that I could drop from Gunship. Yeah. And then 2 things from Saurfang too. Yeah, I have the mini list keybound. I'm sure I could find other nearby keybinds to keybind that setting. There we go. Options. Game keybindings. All the things. What else can you keybind for this? There's all kinds of stuff. Toggle account mode. Shift. Ooh. Actions with up and down states. Shift T. Sure. Ah, clever. I see. 82.73 overall. I would take the word only out of there. That's a large amount of stuff. Oh, I got a cleaver. I have a Frost Giant's cleaver. Cool. That's a cleaver I never have to farm again. I'd be exhausted at 20. Yeah, I figured I have loads at here. And then the overall window. My overall account mode, which is for all armor types, is 52.8. And I'm pretty proud of that. I think that's pretty good. There's still lots of stuff I can get, and I'm working on it, but I think that's loads. That's, you know, however many years I've been playing WoW for. Yeah, I am Assassination right now. Not for any particular reason. Just the one that I happen to be. Just want to know how to use. So for this one, we're hoping for Scourge Stranglers or Leggings of Unrelenting Blood. I got none of the above. That's okay. We want Bracers from Festergut. A Fist Weapon from Rotface. Close to 50% of my rogue for all the things. Heroic Dungeon Specific Mog. Because you can only run it once per day. Or like current season specific Mog. Yeah. The problem I thought I had with Vanessa Van Cleef until I discovered the the lookalike appearances once a day, yeah. Sometimes I like that kind of time gating because it sets me free to do other things in the meantime. If I was really serious, I would not be doing ICC right now. I would be still sitting on Petal Bloom. Waiting every 5 minutes for another Foreman Thistle whatever spawn to, Foreman Thistle Nettle to get his, to get those clubs. When it's a lockout, I'm like, well, I've done my 10-man normal ICC for the week. You can get tier 3, sort of. You have to craft it. It's not as easy as just getting it to drop in the revisited next. Violet Hold Heroic? Maybe I should start in that earlier rather than later. I like weekly raid lockouts, otherwise I'd burn myself out in running it. Alright, any wrists of Septic Shock? Nope, not today. But it's okay. We're gonna get the thingy. There are 2 violet holes. Yeah, it's true. Are the A-bomb knuckles cool? They're kind of cool. Rogue's not the slowest thing. I feel like my movement speed's decent. I can actually probably... Oh, I jinxed it. You know what I just got? Do you know what I just got? That's a Precious's ribbon. How fuming are you? Twice in one day. That is my second Precious's ribbon today. Did they change the drop rate or am I just disgustingly lucky? Also, she's putting it on for sure. That's so funny. Oh, I got the A-bomb knuckles. That's the manga I needed from that guy on this particular character. 1 fist weapon down. Wear that on my pally. I think I'm gonna wear it on any character that gets it. Congrats. Have you conquered any of the Dragonflight professions? I've been doing alchemy mostly. I made a YouTube video that talks about exactly everything I've done, but I've made somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 million gold with Dragonflight alchemy. Precious's ribbon drops off of... I think it dropped for me off of Festergut. Or maybe it dropped off of the dog. It probably dropped off of Precious. It probably dropped from Precious. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I'm not qualified to own that ribbon. Yeah, you get a buff if you're wearing it. And even if you transmog the shirt to look like something else. Alright. Putricide could have the facelifter sword or the discarded bag of entrails so that everybody can wear that charming helmet. No luck. Oh, I forgot band-aids. I need to mount up. I can mount up somewhere in this raid. I forgot to get band-aids. I need them for Valrithia. I completely forgot. I could like log out and mail her something and drop a mailbox. You did get an organ no one can identify. Outside where Sarfang was. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's my best bet. I think that's the closest spot. You look like an idol. Thanks. You can mount at Syndragosa as well. I'm just gonna pop over out this way because I'm gonna see Valrithia before I get to Syndragosa. Somehow I thought you could mount over here. I guess not. Good place to go mount clear bags. I'm just gonna buy her a big stack of band-aids. If anyone was trying to rip me off, now would be a great time to post them for a ludicrous price. Just flip all of the band-aids on the auction house. That must be a few of them. I guess I could just... Maybe I don't want to use the teleporter. Artisan's Curio rares. 1 knowledge point per week per profession. Oh, that's a good tip. I had totally forgotten about that. I don't think I remembered that they gave knowledge points. Am I not let out? Maybe I have to use the teleporter? I have Rare Scanner. I turn it off whenever it annoys me too much. It is pretty map cluttery, for sure. That'll work. Is it possible to get the Flower Crown transmogs only during the event? I believe you need to get them during the event. I think that you won't. There are some Flower Crowns that are, pardon me, not connected to Lunar Festival. I know there's at least one that drops from a Shadowlands dungeon. But, yeah, I think you need to do the questline during the event. It's also one of those things that if you don't do the questline, you can use the crown during the event, but if you want to use it year-round, there's a quest that you do. Yeah, there's an autumn flower crown that drops from Tyrannus Scythe. I ended up liking the idea of flower crowns much more than I liked the actual mog. I don't find myself putting them on very much. I think they're cute in theory, and I don't end up really using them. All right, what do I want from these guys? Blood Prince Council has Soulbreaker as well as some soft slippers. I do love slippers. My feet get cold. He's one of my Nightborn. This add-on is called All the Things. It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah, some of the rules for the event mods are very hit and miss, inconsistent. Beware. All the Things it has the power to show you everything you're missing, and it has the power to ruin your life in the process of that. It's also a bit of a memory hog as far as those things go. All right, Blood Queen Lenethel has a gun that I could loot. I forgot that rogues could learn guns. Gun and some shoulders. My life is already ruined. Clip my camera through the roll for a second. I can already feel lazy, sleepy Sunday vibes encompassing me, and that's not the day that I need to have. Any luck? Oh, I got the shoulders. Shoulder pads of the Searing Kiss. Those are actually kind of cool. And I can use them on any armor type. I might actually, I mean, I don't know who I'm going to wear those on, but they've got teethies. They've got, you know, tentacles. Yeah, I think they made it so you can skip Velrithia if you don't have the capacity to heal her. I've never done her with bandages before. I usually play characters that have heals, but I just want to really maximize my chances at all the different mogs. I think that's the thing that's kind of fun about farming all the different mogs, is I get to use all these characters. You do love tentacles. Mm-hmm. Tentacles and denticles. I was being extra. I was trying to come up with different words for teeth, and I skipped over some of the normal ones. Yeah, I have. You can bandage her. People were telling me that on higher difficulties, there is a mechanic that prevents the bandaging. Something that causes, like, she'll take damage and then it kicks it. So that could be a problem. But for this difficulty, I can totally do it. In the second half of BFA was Crucible of Flaming her. Here, maybe we'll look at this side of Sister Swolna this week. I do have Invincible. I do. I have a good amount of mounts. You want to see all the mounts that I have? Let me find my Simple Armory. I'm in the mood to show off. Simple Armory. Mind you, my modern mount collection is pretty lacking. I'm behind in the lately, but mounts. There we go. That's my simple armory mount collection page. So the older raid mounts I have a decent chunk of. So for whatever reason, I'm gonna be a little bit extra about this. I think I may have waited too long. There might be too much stuff coming down. I bandaged her. I got acid bursted. I think I just have to wait out the cooldown until I can do it again. She's got a, yeah, she's got like a minute. PvP saddle collection, legit. How active is the community? Can I find a guild and be part of and make friends? Yeah, there's people in this game. It is tricky, and it is something that some people really struggle with, to find the right group of people to make friends with. But it happens every day. There's tons of people playing. You just have to find your people and find people that are ready for you. She's almost feeling better. It's okay, I was warned about this exact occurrence. She's definitely going to drop the Spawn Helm this time, right? And... yes! There we go. But hey, class mounts. I know, my class mount collection is awful. I just healed her with a band-aid. I used a Wildercloth bandage. Oxheart, skinned whelp shoulders. Didn't need those ones. That's okay. I haven't unlocked Naxxramas. That is a later me problem. If ever me problem. Sindragosa has a leather helmet for me. Splinter Shard, which for some reason isn't previewing. And then Lich King has a fist weapon, an axe, and a crossbow. I really do need to run this on a warrior. Oh, I want the rogue class mount, and I have a rogue. I have no excuse for not having gotten it yet. I've just kind of forgotten everything that's involved. I don't really remember the details of how you do it, and I feel like every extra bump on the road is going to make me exhausted. Did it for Valiance, have no gold for the tier 3 sets though. I think eventually I will probably do that. I think that because I can do it for the mount without having to spend the millions, I think that'll be fine. I just bought the bandages on the auction house. Tailors can make them, but you don't have to be a tailor to use them, and you can just buy them on the AH. It is getting warm in here. I guess it's not that hot. It's like 24.6. I can feel the sun on the building though. As a rogue main, I will advocate for the class crow mounts. I love them because I like crows. I see crows all the time. There's a lot of crows in the city, and I just think they're really cool. I appreciate them. They're awesome, and they're and I like mounts that just look like regular real-life animals without a ton of ornamentation on them, and then I feel like the class crow kind of qualifies. Corvids are great. I see ravens sometimes when I go fishing at the beach, and as much as I love crows, I adore ravens. They're so cool. How do you get the class mounts? Something something class order hall quest line. Chat will know more. I've genuinely forgotten. I have a number of them and I have forgotten. Rooks and jackdaws around here, but a lot of them. Only done it twice when it was current. I'm surprised I have as many class mounts as I have. Some of them were incidental along the way of collecting pets. Alright, Sindragosa, 1 Splinter Shard, please. I can't believe this helmet hasn't dropped from me yet. I think this is... I've killed her 4 times this week. I guess there's always next week. No luck with the Splinter Shard. That's alright. How do you feel about getting the fact that getting all the transmog envelops playing classes you don't enjoy playing? I think as long as I don't have to play them at a high level, that's fine. I can farm a raid on pretty much anything. As long as I can find the AoE button and like the range damage button and the sprint button, you know, I think I'm cool. I'm chilling. It's if I decide that if I get so caught up that I need to then take all those characters into like normal Avarice pugs. That's when it becomes more of a problem. All right. What do we want from my CC from Lich King? Pugius, which just sounds like Puggius. Fist of Defiance, fist weapon. And Trogbane, Axe of the Frostborn King. And the Windrunner's Heartseeker crossbow. Did you do your heroic raid in the Evoker this week? I pugged it. Maybe I didn't. I pugged it. I was sweating bullets. I was real nervous. I was real nervous because it was harder content than I normally pug. But we killed it. I got my chance. I did not get the item. Somebody else in the group did. But I've ticked my bad luck protection up by 1 for the week. Or whatever. Because I did it on heroic. I'm unlikely to start clearing it on mythic. Excuse me. Can you get him down, please? Thank you. Thought that was last week. No, that was still this week. Next week, I think maybe people might be back. We might be able to do it with the guild. If not, I'll have to pug it again. Trying to get the achievement of the Kyrian. You have to defeat all 10 trials of humility. I left it halfway. I've heard that's easier now. I have yet to go back and do it myself. That day may be coming, though. Oh yeah, they're dying within 3 hits. Did they nerf it? It was somewhat based on, I think, your character level. Or your power, your renown. I don't know. For whatever reason, it is scaling that way. I should probably do it before they take a mind to rebalance it. Having to grind for anima, get all the armor types is, yeah. One day I will be farming for anima again for the sake of transmog, but that day is not today. How would you do that if you were gonna go back now in Shadowlands and you wanted to farm anima for Mog? What's the move? Do you just like AFK it with mission tables for a while? Torghast? Zereth Mortis rares? Sepulcher? Zereth Mortis? Korthia, Kyrian, yeah. Zereth Mortis world quests. Interesting. It's a big fat later me problem. Basically, chess and Zereth Mortis. Because I got a lot of that stuff, but I'm missing a lot of it. That was back when I thought I was going to be a priest forever, so I was only collecting cloth transmog. I'm pretty sure I have next to no transmog for other armor types for Shadowlands. How do I unlock the elite PvP appearance? I want to do the bare minimum. 1800. Bare minimum, you need 1800 rating. Lavanya, wow, thank you for the 3-month resub. Mission tables and multiple alts. The other choice is to wait for the next X-Pack so you can kill rares much more quickly. Yeah, I remember you talking about Unity. At least I have the bird from the slime pools. Alright, buddy. I would like some weapons, please. Mog from Emperor Court. Oh dear lord. I'm glad there's lots of stuff like this that can keep me busy for a while so I don't have to start anything like that anytime soon. Yeah. She's on it. She's not even stabbing his knee. She's hitting him in like the ankle. She's getting the she's trimming his toe hairs. Gamer, thank you very much for the 50-month resub. Why is the mount called invincible? I can see it. Any luck? Oh, I got Trogbane. That's one of the weapons I needed. The Axe of the Frostborn King. So, one more transmog for me. All right, Ripsy. Get out of here. Take yourself back to Veldraken. 20 to 25 mounts left to get 500. That one's very annoying to get attempts on. Another 50. They're coming in. Lore-wise. Are we sure Arthas is gone? That's a question for someone else. If he showed up and he said, Hazel, how come you haven't invited me to your birthday? It's been 12 years and I've got you a present every year and they've all sat fully wrapped in my basement. I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were dead. Is it crinkle time? It's lunchtime. I gotta go. I've been streaming 3 hours and 17 minutes. And by most streamers' standards, they're still doing their warm-up, but I'm done. I will be back on Wednesday. I shall return to you on Wednesday. Triumphant, hopefully. I don't know triumphant in what. I don't have any big plans, but I'll be back on Wednesday with another stream. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.